Hello and welcome to Charleville. This is Masters Round 2. It's Cork v Galway. I'm delighted to say I'm joined here on pitch side by John McCarthy, and my own name is Mick Lenehan, and we'll bring you the commentary and the match build up here in the next few moments. John, lovely pitch here in Charleville already. If you look around the surrounding area, nice scoreboard as well here.
Yeah, the pitch is looking fantastic, Mick, and it's in great nick. I suppose the weather has been very kind to GA clubs for the pitches this time of year, and it's in great nick as it always is back here, Mick. Fabulous night for hurling.
Yeah, we'll just run through the news here already on the Galway side here. There was two or three legends here meant to be here tonight, but unfortunately they haven't attended. So I'll just give you the players that are out here. Joe Farher is out. Debut in 2002, All-Star in 2005, and top scorer in the championship after they losing to Tipperary in the All-Ireland final. So that's the calibre player they're missing tonight. Fergal Healy on the other side is out as well. Another top class player for Galway down through the years. Also here is out is Daniel Hogan. So there's three players in, and we'll go through them in due course. But we have been told that William Mulrooney will be wearing number 10, not 27. John, a word on the Cork team. Okay, you didn't see the game against Limerick, but there's a lot of lads here from North Cork that you'll be quite aware of. You have Tyg Healy, Butterfant, a great player down through the years. Dave Moore, Ballygiblin, two excellent players.
Dave Moore is an unbelievable servant. I actually played against him myself, Mick, when I was starting out, and to think that he's still playing at this level, it's his first credit to the man. And we all know what Dave Moore could do. He nearly won games on his own for Ballygiblin back then, Mick.
Yeah, he was a top class player. Tyg Healy against Limerick, he was quite good. He was wing back, then into the middle of the park, and probably opened up the lungs a bit. And I think we're going to see a bit of more Tyg tonight. Yeah,
I remember Tyg playing, Mick. He was very skillful, very good hurler. If I'm right, he's won All-Ireland medals with Cork. Under 21, I'd be saying, like any fella that has them calibre of medals, and like you can see why they're still playing. Like they had that class never leaves, as they say. Class is permanent. Yeah,
class is permanent. And we're going to get the Galway manager in here now. He's on the way, Ben Mangan.
Just slow, get across the pitch, boy. Sorry.
You're all right here. Go handy in us now today.
You go handy on me. How are
Ben, we? Delighted to see you. First of all, we just there on the build-up, we were on about Jor is missing, Fergal is missing. That is some talent that is missing.
It is, they're big misses. You know, Ger pulled up his hamstring in a senior game. He's still playing senior for club up in Castlegar. He pulled his hamstring there on Tuesday. He was in physio last night trying everything he could to get through it. It's just not right. Fergal has managerial commitments. Obviously, he was managing with Galway under 20s all season. He's now back with his club. They're playing senior, or they're playing A-grade hurling, so he has managerial commitments there. But saying that, we've got a great crew of players. We've 34 on the panel. The lads that slot in behind them, like they're not at that level, but they're not lagging far behind.
Yeah, you've a nice team here, and I've seen one or two games as well in the last few years and read a few reports. Just to double check here, Damien Joyce, is this the Damien Joyce?
It is the Damien Joyce. He's injured at the minute as well, okay. Unfortunately. We've a few lads that were waiting to come back. Yeah, it's the Damien Joyce. We're waiting for him just to get that leg right.
Yeah, two National League winners' medals. Yeah. I saw some players well for Galway down through the years. We're just having a look here on one or two more players. David McDonough was reading good reports on him. He's a tasty player. And Conor Crotty here, is it the right?
Crotch is playing a left corner back. Conor has come this season absolutely flying it. He came in last season, did a great job for us. I would assume he's done a lot of work over the winter season because he is flying at the minute. He's in there in the corner. Dave McDonough, our captain from last year, he's our talisman, he's our talker, he's our leader. He'll play all around the front area. Do you know, he's a man for taking off scores. He'll take on his man. He's great to watch. He's as fit as they come. Yeah,
a word in here last year. Cork got underway against Limerick in 2024. They gave him a good beating in the first round. I was well aware of Reds O'Grady's team that time. They had some team, and he came up against them a few times here. There's some outfit.
We played Tip in the first round. There's some outfit. There's no other way. Do you know, when we're bringing on lads that are playing Junior C and Junior B and Junior A hurling, and they're bringing on All-Stars, All-Ireland winners, that are some of them still playing senior, you know, it's tough. Saying that, we were a bit naive in the first half. We lost the second half by 3 points. They might have taken the foot off the pedal a little bit. Our heads were down, so I'm going to say that balances out. I honestly, on our day, with the names that you've named there, once we have a full panel going, I think I'd love to see him again later on in the tournament.
Yeah, and it might be possible, but they have some team, okay, as I said before, they're probably the Galacticos, Lark Corbett and all there.
Lark Corbett, when you're bringing Shane McGrath off the bench, do you know, you're talking something there. Do you know what?
Ben, best of luck tonight and a safe journey home, and hopefully
Thank you very
all
much,
is well.
guys.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That was the views there of Galway manager Ben Mangan. Thanks to Ben there. So he just give us a rundown there on the calibre of players that are missing. Joe Farragher, Fergal Healy, Damien Joyce. You have 3 players like that in your squad. And okay, they're not here tonight, but that's some team to have.
But as you see in any team, Mick, even when you go back to the seniors championship now this year, Rob Downey missing for Cork is a huge loss. Like these 3 boys at this grade, as he said, Joe Farragher still playing senior hurling. So like he's hopping fit, like he's still playing at the top grade above in Galway, and that even makes it even a bigger loss, Mick, because when you're still playing that grade with your club, it's a fair achievement to be fair, and like he's probably worked, you'll be saying 8-9 points tonight, like.
Yeah, John, we'll go back here to the Cork team. I had a good view of him against Limerick. Dermot Lynch is back in. We know all about him. Great servant for the Cork Intermediates down through the years. Intermediate titles, Avon Dew, and probably, would you call him the Dennis Irwin of the hurling world?
Yeah, he seems to be like Dennis Irwin, and to be honest to Dermot, he seems to be as fit now as he was 10 years ago, Mick. He looks after himself seriously well, and he just loves the game, and I'd say if this goes on for another 10 years, he'll be here in 10 years' time, Mick.
Yeah, some servant. Conor O'Keefe from Banty was full back the last night. He had a nice, tidy game. Niall Brosnan, number 4 in the corner. Number 7, Patrick Fitzgerald, Aaron Zone. 6, Tom Keneally, Araglan. 5, Aidan Corkery, Dunamore. 8, Ty Keeley, Butterford. 9, Brian Tobin, Kilworth. You'd know Brian. A tasty game against Limerick as well, but you would have seen him for Kilworth down through the years.
Yeah, and I seen him last year against Limerick as well, making Newtown a tasty hurler, and Brian is still playing. He was last year anyway, again with the Kilworth's junior Bs, and again it's first credit to these men to be playing at that level even at this age, because it's time, commitment, families, and in fairness, like, you can't fault anyone that's turning up here tonight, Mick. They obviously just love playing with the Cork jersey, and this is their chance to say what they love. Like, they love hurling. I'd say you have to be here tonight. 7:30 on a Friday evening. You have to take all your hats off. Serious credit to any man that's here tonight.
Yeah, looking at the half forward line here, Alan Barry, number 10, we expect him to operate in midfield, but an engine there. Bride Rovers, Shambler Moore, 2 Norcocks with Shambler, and you know, back in the day when Shambler were going well, they were tough boys.
Yeah, he was. I remember actually playing against him, Mick, and he was a serious hurler, and you can see it, he still has it there. You can see his touch in the warm-up. He hasn't lost a touch at him, Mick, and to be honest, Mick, he looks extremely fit.
Yeah, Rory Doherty, you hadn't seen him playing, John. This is his first year with him. A big unit in the centre forward line, started in wing the last night. Sinan Collins, number 12, was tasty in the corner against Limerick in the previous game. Dave Moher, number 14, Dennis Moran from Doherty's. Big unit, John, inside in the full forward, and just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, you need big high ball probably in on top of him, Mick, and you'll be hoping to get a couple of breaks, because you'll be hoping you might get a few goals off his breaking ball, and you never know, Mick, he could bury one himself. Kieran
Curtin, John. Oh, you know all about him as well. Played with St. Coleman's College, scored a beautiful point against Limerick down on the right hand side in Killeedy. Tasty operator.
Yeah, Mick, he's his tasty hurler again, and again he won't let the side down for work rate or anything, and it's, as I say, Mick, it's just great credit to everyone that's here tonight.
Yeah, we just run through the Galway team before we go back into the commentary box. Declan Malloy in goals, Seamus Kine, Joe Kennedy, Conor Crotty, Sean King, Mike Broderick, Paul Plower, Martin McGrath, Declan McAvoy. Fergal Healy is out there. Darren Mack comes in. Number 13 is out. 23 comes in. Mark Folan. Number 10 is Willie Rooney, comes in as well for Joe Farragher. Noel Qualter in the other wing forward line. David McDonough, keep an eye out on him when you're watching back. Number 15 in the corner, he's their talisman, as Ben said. 14, Gary Green. So they've quite an established team here as well, and they are favourites, there's no doubt about that. There's no getting away from that. But John, you're coming to the home of hurling now.
Yes, Mick, you come down to Cork, and there's no Cork team ever going to lie down, Mick. There's no doubt with the quality Galway have on show here tonight, they're probably the favourites to win the game, but there's no doubt these Cork boys are going to give it all, and there probably won't be much in it in the end, Mick, because as you say, any man that puts on a Cork jersey, they die in the boots.
Yeah, certainly. That's the views there of me and John. We're going to head back into the commentary box, and we'll bring you coverage here in the next few moments here in Charleville. Lovely venue there. You see the scoreboard and all is ready tonight. So we'll do our best. And as I always say here, this is the team and numbers I was given. So unfortunately, they all don't look like TJ Reid or Darrell Fitzgibbons. So we are going in what the jersey numbers we have, and that's the names we'll be calling out. We'll be doing our best to do that. And that is a formality. So hopefully that is all correct. And for me, Mick and John, we'll see you there in the next few moments. Hello and welcome to Charleville. It's Masters round 2 here between Cork and Galway. Of course, that's a big weekend for Cork as well also. You have the Munster Championship with Limerick tomorrow. And I'm delighted to see David O'Callaghan is here with me.
Thanks.
David, you're back for round 2. The result didn't go to plan in Limerick, but it was an eye-opener and it was a good little game as well to get going.
It was. Look, I could say a lot of things were. I'm going to blame myself because I'm new to the game, didn't know the boys, didn't know the proper positions. But to come out of it with 13 wides, lose by 6, I was very happy with it.
Yeah, it was a good enough performance in the second half. Now, we must note as well that Limerick were poor the year before, so they were always going to come up with something good. And this time around, even though they were missing Barry Foley, but they were a decent, balanced team as well on the night.
They really, we kind of say it was their All-Ireland to play us because we gave them an awful hammering the year before. So whether they win any more games, everyone wants to be Cork. So they beat us, but I wouldn't fear them again. And that's been optimistic about it. I'm not afraid of them at all.
Yeah, so we'll have a word on tonight's game.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was doing a bit of research on the Galway team here, and there's quite a few players here. Joe Farrer, Fergal Healy is here, and Noel Qualter. That's quite a lot to be dealing with now on a night like this.
There is. They're very talented players here today. I know they have a long drive down, but I'd say, look, they'll put up to us. We're getting our team together. We're down a few players tonight, which will make an awful impact to the team. We just can't help it, and that's it. So the other boys that are on the panel have to step up now and fight for their position. But it could be a good game now tonight.
Just a word on a few players. We are down the hero, isn't he?
The hero's down. He's out in holidays sunning himself. Flor Crowley broke his fingers, a big loss. Declan Tobin, who's Brian's brother, he's in holidays, wouldn't be back until Sunday. So, and then you've Kane O'Mahony as well down. So we're down a nice bunch of lads there, which will make an awful difference to the core of the team. But look, as you said, you have a panel of 36, 37. It's up to the rest of the team now to step up and earn their position in the team.
Yeah, Declan stands out there, nice performance against Limerick as well. But we'll move on to tonight's game. On the 15, I have the team here. Is there any changes to that? I have Tom Kennedy here, centre back. Is it all good around there?
All good. We're going out now tonight with that same team that has. I suppose our main thing is try to control, as you said, the Galway main men to make sure that we can man mark them. But look, they'll be jittery at the start. All we can do is hope and see how we get on. Yeah,
just on the substitute bins, anyone that is missing here, we know Flores and here, all the others, Middleton, Jerome Curtin, JJ Carney actually came on and done well against Limerick, scored a nice point. Are they all here?
From 31 down to 36, one won't be here.
Okay.
So you have everyone else should be here then.
Yeah, Rory Doherty as well to pick him out.
He's here, training hard. Was a big eye-opener, he said, against Limerick. So he didn't think it'd be as physical, but he's training really, really good now and really hard. So looking for a big performance out of him tonight.
Word on Ty Healy, I give him a big blow up, rightly so. He's an All-Ireland minor winner with Cork. Looked like another game will suit him better.
Yes, like as I said, Limerick, it surprised them how physical and Limerick was so basically on getting the ball and winning, kind of caught us on the bounce. They'll have to step it up tonight because it's a very, very good Galway team. But Tyg is roaring inside the dressing room to get going, so
great stuff.
We can see how.
I suppose before we leave you go, we have to touch on tomorrow's game, the Munster final. Limerick and Cork, obviously, Limerick are clear favourites. But Pat Ryan, I think, has been very wise this time. Downey, Dalton is not even in the panel, and he's done the right thing here. O'Leary is back in. You'll only get one more crack at the wrist here, as you know that an injury now again after this, and you know you might be out for the rest of the campaign.
Well, I've said it at the start of the year, and I'll probably be way late for saying it. I fancied Cork to win the All-Ireland this year. I just have great admiration for Pat. I know a lot of people don't see his way, but he's bringing people on, he's training them. Yes, going into Limerick, you say it's against us, but I'd rather go in as underdogs against Limerick because I can't see them, Limerick, and I'm being bold now, I can't see Limerick beating us.
Yeah, and they are strong, and obviously there's only one change, but that won't be going to play. That Aidan O'Connor, I think, won't be on, and they will probably go with the Bull O'Brien full forward.
Yes.
Just going back to that, they're probably short one player in the corner, Peter Casey, that I think will replace David Reedy in the business end. No discredit to David, he's an outstanding servant. But going to Limerick here, we must realise here, it is a big challenge again going there, but it's a performance here is probably key this time.
It is. They have to step up 120%. The main thing is if we let Limerick dictate us, they'll beat us out of the gate. we have to kind of bring the game to them and just show them how good we are. We are very skillful, very fast, but we just need to dominate the midfield, half forwards, half backs, and let the forwards in and the backs control the whole field. It's going to be a serious game. I honestly don't think Limerick will get it all their own way.
Hopefully you're right.
Yeah, please,
David,
God.
best of luck tonight, and no injuries is normal.
Thanks a million.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
That's the views there of the Cork Masters manager, David O'Callaghan, and we will have Alan Barry there in the next few moments, and we'll be back to you. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to Charleville. I have had a Cork captain here, Alan Barry, of course, Bride Rovers native now. Alan, welcome back. I suppose the Limerick game didn't go to plan. A lot of wides in that game, but really, I suppose you'll probably strip fit it tonight. But saying that, Galway are a formidable side here.
Yeah, Galway are good. Look, we fell to them last year in the final. We're a bit sore over that. It was a game we had it won, and we just let it slip at the last 10 minutes. They came back strong. We prepared well now. Limerick came out strong against us the last day. They were like they didn't win any game last year in it, and I think they were a bit sore over that. So they'd put in a lot of preparation. Our shooting was a little bit off, which let us down on the night. But we've done a good preparation on the last couple of weeks since that game for tonight. We know what Galway are going to come with. We played them twice last year, and they have a couple of good hurlers. So we're well prepared. I think we're going to give it a good lash tonight.
Yeah, David pointed out against Limerick he had 13 wides, and I thought he could have come out with a bit of luck. He could have come out with the win there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, look, we all know it. All the players know it. We knew it after that. Our shooting was poor, and we've done a lot of work in training on that now. Last couple of weeks since that game, we've worked hard on it. Fitness-wise is good. We're only missing one player, I think, tonight. Flor Crowley. Yeah. Bit of a loss, yeah, but look, there's other guys that will fill in that have done well in training and put their hands up, and they want to be part of the team, you know.
Yeah, Dave Moore went off injured the last night. He was a massive loss in the opening moments.
Yeah, Dave is always a big loss. So his skill and his reputation follows him. He's won an awful lot down through the years. He's showed how good he is, and again, look, he's back tonight now. We're happy to have him inside forward line again.
Alan, for yourself, obviously it's hard here with families and everyone trying to get players here on tonight, but this is still, I'm up talking about maybe 28, 29 players here tonight. That is some going still for Friday night, 7 o'clock, 7:30.
It's great. Yeah, look, there's a lot of pressure on guys. Guys have family, as you said, and travelling. We have Tyke Healy from Butterford originally. He's travelling all the way from Clonakilty. There's other guys that have commitments with teams that they coach as well. So it's all about a balancing act. You can't put any pressure on guys. Just look, it's Masters Hurling. Guys are just happy to be playing, putting on the Cork jersey, and they do that both most to get to as many training sessions as they can, you know.
I suppose when we look at the Galway side here, you have Healy, Farrar and Quarter, McDonough there. Probably household names are known around the place, but he could do with one or two more legends from the Cork side of things just to give you a hand along. We know the heroes on holidays. He will pop in after, but it would be a good hand.
Yeah, we tried hard. We were a little bit late, I suppose, coming to the table with a lot of players. You know, good team from last year. We thought we've lost one or two boys, and we were hoping that we could bring on another. But again, look, we've brought on Rory Doherty, Tyke Healy's come on, and you know, there's one or two, Tom Keneally, top class hurlers. So they'll step up to the plate again, you know, and replace the boys that we've lost. But Galway are good, all right. They have a couple of Fergal Healy was there last year, caused an awful lot of damage. But Farrar, we know what he's done down through the years. An all-star. Won an Ireland. Did he win an All-Ireland? He's very close to it.
He lost the final.
Yeah, lost the final. So we know we have to mind him tonight. But Tom Keneally, centre back, I think he'll do a job on him.
Alan, well said. And enjoy the night and safe journey.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That's the views of Cork captain Alan Barry. And for me, Mick here, we'll join you later there on pitch side. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to Charleville. It's Masters round 2. It's Cork v Galway. I'm Mick Lenihan and John McCarthy is in the commentary box, and our today's rator is the great Joe Mulcahy from the Killeedy Club in the west of Limerick that know all about hurling, and we'll know all about that tomorrow as well, John. But it's Masters night here tonight. We're going to have a look for a few switches here when the game gets underway. So Joe's going to get us underway here very shortly, and we'll bring you a few switches. John, lovely night for it.
Lovely night for hurling here, Mick. There's not hardly a puff of wind inside, and you'll just be hoping now for a good game here, Mick.
So we're underway here, and this team here that Galway have is formidable, but missing quite a few players as the early ball goes into the forward line, and there's Cork stalwart Kieran Walsh will drop that ball right out here again, and it's just nice that the patient build up, and Healy will launch it in here in towards the areas again. Nice tight ball here, but over in the corner there, well read, and out here by to Mike Broderick. Broderick will have a step. Is he fouled? No, the referee says play on. So they're hounding well here in the early moments.
Yes, Mick, the work rate is very good here in the early moments, and they seem to be getting well in there, Mick.
There's the ball right in here, test there, resolved there, and that is quite a good save inside there from Declan Malloy. He gets that well out there. John, that could have dropped into the net very easy.
Could have dropped very easy. He done very well. He had good hands there, Mick, in fairness to him.
Yes, and Tom Keneally here has it here. The Aragon went down here just over the side there. Just having a look here, there's one or two jerseys, and Tom is in the middle there. And here's number 5 we make. It was it Aidan Cochran on here? Yeah, Aidan Cochran's over here on the right hand side. And number 12 here, Sinan Collins, will be taking the sideline. And ball just drop shot into the middle of the park. Declan McAvoy has it here for Galway. He swings it over to the other side again. So they're battling hard right and the left hand side of the pitch. Good movement over here. Barry has it now. Has a nice ball across the box. That's the ball. Intelligent to Keneally, who launches it in here. And just into no man's land as they come out again there. He looks the anchor man and he looks the free man, Broderick, there for Galway.
Yeah, and in fairness, he's playing very deep, but he looks like he knows what to do when he gets the ball, Mick. And in fairness, it's a fairly even start now at the start, and the work rate from both teams has been very good. The backs are kind of on top, you'd say, in this
super ball there from Barry in there into the centre forward area. Here's an early chance for Rory Doherty from Ballincollig, and that is the first white flag we're going to see here. Splendid work from Niall Brosnan, who started it down the back line. He gave it over to Barry. Barry swung it right across, slick move into Doherty, and he fired over. Splendid score.
Yeah, it was a great ball across, Mick, and in fairness, Doherty made no mistake with it. It was a great finish, Mick, and he probably had a good bit to spare with it.
As Galway on the attack here, super ball again here. McAvoy, he's a long way out. He's gone high with it. This will test the hands of Walsh inside and goals, and he's done well. Some excellent play there. The referee has just called it back here. There's a player down, John. Can you see the number there over on the other side?
I'd say Sean King this down there for Galway, Mick. It was just kind of a late challenge. There was no dirt in it, but he just caught him late after the ball went in, and they seem to be rolling around the ground now together, Mick.
Yeah, so it looks over. He could have just hurted the leg there. It looks a nasty one over there, so hopefully he'll be okay there. You see both players over there to support him, and the Cork player over there supporting him again. There was Alan Barry, just to see that he get up. John, any positional switches around?
I didn't see any positional switches now, Mick. They seem to have set up the way they are, but just both teams seem to be playing a sweeper, Mick. That's the only positional switch I can see.
There's number 26 just after flying in there for Galway. So it's Niall Higgins has gone in there, so the man has just gone off there for the meantime. It could have been a nasty little injury there, could have been a groin or a hamstring, but here's Kieran Walsh from Kilworth. Huge puck out there, but he's kept it low. Perfect to skid off the surface. Lovely stick work. Just the hands just leaving him down there for Healy. Lose it out there. Tom Keneally just gives McDonough a shoulder here in Charleville. There's a huge crowd here. Probably about 200 people here on a Friday night, which is very, very good for the masses. And it's nice to see, John. We were in Newtown last year for the Limerick one, and there was about 600 people there.
Yes, Mick, and being honest with the weather the way it is, Mick, it's probably a big turnout. It's been wet, miserable, kind of showery all day. And in fairness, it's great to see people turn out to support this, because this is the game has started, Mick. It's as good as any game we've seen in the last few years, Mick.
Yeah, so here it is. Kieran Walsh here has a chance here. He won't be far off of this. This man will drop it right in around the danger zone, and it wouldn't surprise me if it goes all the way. And Cork are leading by a point here. As you can see the scoreboard over, it's in working order, so that's good to see. That'll make our life easier here in Charleville.
Yes, Mick, it makes our life very easy when you have a scoreboard, and it's very easy to see Kieran Welsh going back to his days playing with Kilworth. He won't be far off with this anyway, Mick, because he used to be able to score these at his ease when he was playing back in his prime.
So here we go. There's a Galway player after coming off the pitch here. We don't know, we didn't see that, but that's a huge one there from Walsh. It's gone high there, but it's just gone out wide. John, there's a player coming off over here, and that's the injured player there. We just want to see to make sure. And yeah, it looks like him coming down there. We'll get his number there and just see. He's looked like a hand injury there, if we have the right lad there's coming down there.
Yeah, Mick, it looks like the fella that got injured, Mick, and it's great to see him walking back, because at the end of the day you want everyone to get home safe.
Brosnan is in there trying to win it back. McDonough touched away brilliant there by Keneally. Oh, great chance here on the middle. A bit of drag in there, but super play there by Doherty. Has it. Referee says play on. Excellent move. Just over pass here at Collins. Collins trying to get it out here. He's shackled by two men here. This is a lively encounter here. This is what Masters Hurling is all about, John.
Yes, Mick, this mass hurling has started at a fast pace, and in fairness, there's not an inch being given by either team. And in fairness, Mick, it looks like it's going to build up as if it keeps going the way it is. It's going to be a classic because there's nothing between these two teams, Mick.
Yeah, and the opening exchanges here. We got underway around 7:31, so it's only about 5 minutes gone here in Charleville as Paul Plower, not Power, it's Plower that does the sideline over there. Back here to Quarter. Quarter dices with it there and gives it into the middle of the park. Oh, chop down there. Referee says play on. He'll have to call it back. Yeah, he has called it. John, it was a chop down, but there was no malice.
No, there was no malice. Mickey just a bit late with his swing, and finished. The man got the touch to the ball first, and he was trying to give him the advantage, but it was good play by the referee. And in fairness, there was no one roaring or shouting. It was the correct decision.
So free here for David McDonough, Tulloch-Moore man. Last year's captain here for Galway. He won't be far away, but it's the first free, so anything is possible with this. But he's wearing number 15, but he's operating out around centre field, wing forward. He's certainly not operating in on top of the left. There you go, McDonough with the first strike here, and is that tailing yet to the right and wide. Not easy, John. I'd say the sliotar was a bit heavy from the little Jew on the pitch.
Yeah, make it just look like when he struck it there, he looked like he kind of half pulled it. And I'd say there is, because there's a nice dew on the pitch mix, so the ball won't travel as well as if it was a dry ball.
So there's the ball in here. Cork look to be getting the upper hand here. There's going to be a clash there. That was a bit awkward there. Referee says it's gone out here for a throw. There's one or two positional switches. You can see McDonough now is operating at centre forward on Tom Keneally, wearing number 6 for Cork. A sideline over here, this time for Cork. Out in the sideline here. Good ball here by Ty Keeley now is required to get this in around the danger zone. You can see number 14, Dennis Moran in there from Doheney's big unit inside the forward line, but they failed to get it in. Dennis played well against Limerick, got an injury as well, but he's back in work beyond now.
Yes, Mick, and he's a big unit, and I'd be dropping a few high balls inside and test it out, and you never know, Mick, you get a break, and that's how you could get a goal, and a goal will be a huge score in this game, Mick.
So a short one there, just a hand around the neck that time, and that's a free out, and Joe calls it there, and
Joe called it, Mick. It was definitely a free, and the game has started lively, and there's not an inch been given, Mick.
And Mike Broderick drops the ball in, wearing number 6, the Capitagle man. In there to number 23 is in as well here for Galway. Has it over here that time. Chance here from Mark Folan, and it's just gone wide. So 3 changes from the start. Just to let you know, Fergal Healy is not here, Ger Farragher is not here, Daniel Hogan is not here, Dara Mack in, Mark Folan in, Willie Mulrooney in, wearing number 10. Brilliant work over here again by Collins. Collins was, nice little stick work, and that's what you need here. A bit of a high ball into no man's land, into the corner there to Dave Moher from Ballygiblin. Moher was hassling over there that time. Doherty's there, but Moher clips it again. Just gone over the line. John, as you said, this is a real tight game.
Yeah, Mick, there's not an inch been given by any of them, and I suppose with the conditions of the pitch is probably slowing down the ball a bit with the dew on the grass. But in fairness to them, there's not an inch been given. There's a bit of handbags going on here now in the middle, but nothing major.
Yeah, a bit of movement going on here in the middle. Tobin is giving it back there. They're just saying hello, and Tobin has just said, you're playing against Kilkenny Sunday, so keep yourself in calm, just in case you get a call up there.
Yes, Mick, and it's a free in here now to Cork, I think, for Miss Sideline. I think he hit it twice, Mick. So this should be a good chance for Cork to add to their tally now. You'll be hoping he put this over the bar, Mick.
Collins leaves it down here. So a chance here now for Cork here to get another score on here, and this will be a tasty score if he can get it here in the corner. Kieran Curtin from Liscal Churchtown, 2002 Harty Cup and All-Ireland winner with St. Coleman's College from Fermoy, and of course managed by the legendary Dennis Ring.
Yes, Mick, Dennis Ring was a legend there over in Coleman's, and in fairness to Kieran Curtin, when he was playing with Churchtown, he wouldn't miss many, and in fairness, we'll know now in 2 seconds, but as you say, it's first free of the night for him, so it's always a difficult one.
Here we go, we have a bird's eye view of it here. He's kept it nice and his tailing to the left there. I thought it was to the left and wide, and it is, yeah. There wasn't much in that.
Yeah, it just tailed off at the very end, Mick, and he probably wasn't happy with his strike. You could tell straight away when he hit it, he was watching it, but no doubt he'll get his eye in for the next one.
Michael Harty, number 25, will be coming in shortly for Galway, and number 28, Damien Joyce, is on the panel here, but he is injured. two-time National Hurling League winner with Galway. What a formidable side they will have when they're all back fit. And that's another effort there, just tailing to the left and wide there from Noel Qualter. John, they're missing quite a few here tonight, and you can see it early on.
Yes, Mick, they're probably missing their talisman, and being honest, Mick, there's probably a few chances there that you'll be saying they could do better, but it's hard enough out there, Mick, I'd say, with the tackles coming in, and in fairness, they're not going wide by much.
Hockery from Dunamore drops it into the danger zone. Inside there was Horn. They have it in the corner. Chance to swing it around. Oh, and that looked to me, it was Kieran Curtin that rifled on the swivel. If Patrick Horgan done it, you'd be talking about it for another week.
Yes, Mick, you would, and as we said at the start, Mick, big high ball in on top of Dennis Moore, and in fairness, he made a big nuisance of himself inside, and the breaking ball came to Curtin, a great finish.
Another ball into the middle of the park. Tobin has it now. He has a chance to swing it in here. Nice touch from Doherty. Oh, look at that for a bit of skill. Just left him down at the wrong time there. But Broderick is looking to clean up matters here on the back line. He looks their main man here. But another snapshot there from Healy. He's out a long way in towards Moran again. We'll try to keep it alive. But he's wrestled well by Joe Kennedy in the full back line. But Moran is coming out after it. Inside there as Klein was trying to get it. Moran flicks it over. Brick flick. Doherty chance for his second point. Just hooked there at the vital time here in Charleville. Nice little stick work there. The hand job there. John is trying to get it up there right, and they can't hold on to it. Number 10 is Willie Mulrooney. That is the man that's wearing number 10, not Fergal Healy. Over here on the other side again, they bring it out. Keneally has it now, and they've survived the danger.
Yes, Mick, it was great play there again, and Dennis Moore in there, in fairness, he done first well to win that ball. He's doing an awful lot of hard work inside, Mick.
That's another good effort there, but it's just gone to the right and wide. I suppose, John, maybe too much time.
Yeah, he probably had too much time, or had he more time, Mick, than he thought, and he took a snapshot when he could have probably taken another touch.
Number 25 is in, as we said to you previously. Michael Harty is in. And so they're losing players here, Galway, and it's not looking good from here at in the opening maybe 10 to 15 minutes here. As Healy has it, he'll pop it into the corner here, looking for more. Of course, they won intermediate medals with Cork. Maybe I'd lost count. You need a calculator, John, to find out how many they won back in the day. And of course, Dave Relihan in Castletown Roach, senior, was a manager 1 year with them. And over here, you go down the other side again. Operating here, Patrick Fitzgerald, 7 on his back, loses it out here to Broderick. Broderick has it again. He'll brick flick it out here. All the way over. A chance over here now to steady themselves. So Mark Folan. Folan has it. He swings it right across the box over to Harty. Harty will get one chance and he pops it here. Harty's gone high with it. Is that the first score here? And the umpire is waving that over the bar, John. That was a super score that will settle him down.
Yeah, that was a well-worked score, Mick, and they needed that because Cork were just on top and it was probably a loose pass, Mick, but he took the score first well because he was under a good bit of pressure there, Mick.
Lynch gives the ball down here into the corner looking for his Ballygiblin teammate down through the years, Dave Moher. Dave went off injured against Limerick, but he looks to be fine. It was a hamstring injury. I think he went off it as well, but he looks in fine working out on the corner.
Yeah, he looks to be moving fine here, Mick, and in fairness, he started lively. The ball was just a bit too far out, and a sideline now for Galway, Mick.
So good ball over here. And they've read it well here. They just need to be sensible here with it. And Galway sneaking. McDonough has it now, the danger man on the corner. McDonough swings it over the shoulder there, right on the sideline. And the umpire is not best positioned for that one, John. And that could have been even over the bar. It was so tight.
Yeah, it was tight enough, Mick. But in fairness, it was probably a mad shot to take on Mick from the angle. We should have probably worked it out. But Galway are trying to get a few scores on the board quick, Mick, I think.
Good movement there from Barry Healy. And over here, another chance. Hooked down again there. That time they're hooking. They're gaining into the game a small bit there. Brilliant move here in the middle of the park by Martin McGrath. And that's a foul. And is it the first yellow card we could be seeing here in Charleville?
Probably harsh enough if it's yellow, Mick. It was kind of a clash to him coming across. But he seems to be hurt here, Mick, Alan Barry. He seems to be down. He seems to have got a right whack there, Mick. So we'll have to wait and see how he is.
Yeah, Alan wouldn't be going down easy. A fine soccer player as well for Castle Celtic down through the years, and footballer with Shamblemore and hurler as well, Johnny. He don't go down easy.
No, Mick, he wouldn't go down easy, but he seemed to got a nice little clash there just as the two of them met, kind of half mid-air. The game has started very lively, Mick. It's very entertaining to watch, and in fairness, there's good hurling on show, Mick.
Yeah, good hurling. It's nice and tight, 1-1 to Cork and 1 point to Galway. An interesting night here, as you see. Number 17 there, just coming in to bring in some water there, was Sean Murphy from Liscal. There's the yellow card handed out. So Joe's not messing around here. Any off the ball activities or any clashing, he's going to do it. He's going to give the yellow.
It's probably a harsh enough yellow, Mick. To me, there didn't look to be much in it. But look, I suppose he's laying down the marker for the rest of the game now, he is, and unlucky for Alan that he happened to be the one to get it.
So we have number 22 coming in here. Kevin Connolly is coming in here.
Kevin Connolly is coming in here now. He's another big man, Mick, going inside full forward. There's no doubt they'll be dropping high ball down on top of him. And no doubt Mark Follen will probably come back on at some stage during the game.
McDonough's dropped it high, but brilliant handwork there inside the goals again from Kieran Walsh from Kilburn. That's his third one there. If Galway didn't know it now, he's handling it pretty over the head there. Beautiful. You could see it all the way back in the Gaelic grounds. Over here again is McDonough. Oh, that's a charging. That's a tight one, John. It goes in as nasty as well.
Yeah, Mick, I thought that was a free because he led with the hurley, but look, I suppose it's easy for us to call up here. Joe probably thought there wasn't much in it.
McAvoy was trying to launch it in again, and this is their best patch here this time for Galway here as they come in here to the corner. Chance here now for substitution. That was already in. Kevin Connolly in over there, but intercepted here again, and they slip it out here, and a chance here for Collins now to start the attack. He swings it over here to Keneally. He launches it in here to Ty Healy. He'll have a chance now to flick it over the head here, and he does. Ball into Rory Doherty. Chance here bearing down and goals. Doherty flies it over the bar. Brilliant work, brilliant score for Cork. Doherty from Ballincollig launches it over. Healy was the architect, score of the day.
Yeah, it was great play from Toomey out to Keneally onto Tyg and Tyg onto Rory. Great play, and if you saw that tomorrow evening, Mick, you'd be all saying it was a wonderful piece of play.
So Cork in pole position here. Ball in here to the middle again, intercepted as well. Collins has seen a lot of it. Brilliant work there by the Shamrocks man down here on the right, but intercepted here that time by Paul Plower. He gives the ball over here to the other side. Nice little flick away again that time. Here is Michael Hafty, the point scorer. Hand passes it over here that time, and Willie Mulrooney is the man out on the sideline now, wearing Fergal's number, of course. Fergal Healy isn't here tonight. A few players are carrying injuries. Joe Farrer injury as well, hamstring. Damien Joyce. So a big shout out to them there, and we hope to see them legends back playing for Galway in the near future. John, it's great to see legends like that playing.
Oh, great to see legends like that playing, and that's a free there, kind of a late pull. But in fairness to Cork, they probably started the better. They're probably more composed on the ball. Galway are probably taking snapshots from out by the sideline, Mick, which a lot of them have probably been hitting hope, and if they go over they look wonderful, but they probably should work the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, here we go. This is Kieran Walsh. We'll give him the commentator's course, I think, John, will we?
We'll give him the commentator's course, Mick.
Yeah, he won't be far away here. This could be his first point here of the day here. Kieran Walsh from Kilbert, brilliant goalkeeper down through the years for Kilbert. Of course, a point against Limerick there a few weeks ago. There you go. Walsh strikes that straight between the post, John, and that's a warning now for Galway. He'll be taking from 70 yards out. Super score.
Yeah, Mick, and he had a good bit to spare, and in fairness, it was the minute he left his hurley, you knew it was gone over, but we've seen Kieran do that for Kilbert down there so often. There's no surprise to us, Mick.
Ball in here again. Doherty is the man most impressive so forward in the centre forward line. The Ballincollig man hand passes it out here. Likewise as Collins there, and he drops that high again. Look at that. That's gone right between the posts. That was a beautiful score. It was Shamrocks all the way, and Collins launches it straight between the posts.
Yeah, that was a great score again, Mick, and they're actually building a fairly big lead here now, Mick, 1-4-1. Galway probably need to get a few scores to get them back into this, but Cork seem to be more composed and seem to be working the ball a bit better. And as you said, the first game seems to have brought Cork on his show. Yeah,
100% there. Healy's running the show with Alan Barry around the half-forward line, middle of the park there. There's a few substitutions on and off, so we'll do our best there to keep that witchy there. Over there, there's Flicky around the middle of the park. Look at that. Healy now is commanding figure. All-Ireland winner with Cork minor. Over there's another ball into the forward line by Cochrane towards Moran, but he's out. He's chance here. It's broken for Moran again. He has a chance here to flick it over, and it's just gone out to our right and wide. John, the goal opportunity was there, but it had to be done quick as the ball goes over here again to Paul Plower. He's the vice captain here for Galway. He launches a big one. They need something because Cork are dominating here in Charleville.
Yes, Mick, and if he flicked that ball to Dave Moore, there was probably a goal on.
McDonough has it on the sideline. He's gone high. That looks good to me. And the umpire is waving that over the bar. He's their best forward without a shadow of a doubt. And John, they'll need him in around the full forward line.
Yes, Mick, he started very lively, and in fairness, that was a great score there because he was under a lot of pressure and he was half hooked, but he still managed to clip it over the bar.
Yeah, super score. Ball in here towards Tobin from Kilworth. Oh, just misses out there. It's not easy to catch it there, but Broderick has been very good in the centre back here. Chance here for McAvoy to launch it in again. That's gone high again, and the umpire's looking inside there around there, and here's the ball in now. Eventually it's coming in here over to the corner. Number 22, we make it in here. Kevin Connolly's in over there, and we'll just double check his pronunciation of his surname at half time. But over here again, has just gone out there, and they do it fast. That's what you like to see. Healy get a chance to touch it. He does. Look at that. He's back in working order. Back in here again. Over to Keneally. Keneally get a chance to sidestep him. He does. He goes around him here now. Chance on here for Doherty if he sees him. Over here he does. He flicks it over. What a ball there. Doherty looking for his third point. That is as cool as you like. Right over the bar. It was started in Butterfin. It was given to Araglin, and it finished up with the man from Ballincollig, Rory Doherty.
Yes, make another great score. Mick, there's some great passage to play here, and in fairness to if we can keep getting the ball to Doherty, he's not going to miss tonight, Mick. He's on fire.
Brilliant play there. Look at that in the wing back line. Some super performance here by Fitzgerald over there. They are giving it their all tonight, and Galway are in big trouble, John.
Yeah, Cork seem to have just settled way better, Mick, and they seem to be getting the scores that much easier, but they seem to have a lot of work done on these passes to play, Mick, because these aren't happening by chance. This has been done in the training ground, and you can see it because they're running off each other's shoulders. There's great running being done here, Mick.
Yeah, super game here so far. Great catch there again as they started. Look at that little flick from Curtin. He tries to wrestle it back. Super opening goal by him out on the sideline. The man from St. Colman's College, Fermoy, a former Hartley Cup winner, has a chance to put it over the bar again, and he's in full working order. The man from Liscarroll and Churchtown. That is 1-1 for him so far.
That's another great score, Mick, and it's a big lead building now, 9 points to 2. If they can tip on another 3 or 4 by half time, it is a big lead going in, and Galway really need to get something going here just to keep themselves in the game, Mick, because there's no doubt they will come into this game at some stage.
Super work there by Keneally in the back line. He's lording it in there. Cork are all over them. There's a one-way traffic here in Charleville, but Healy was a judge there to have flicked it back there, but the referee is just calling over there. But Healy's working well in midfield. John, to be fair, the whole of the team is gel well. There's some super team scores there.
Yes, Mick, all the scores Cork have got have nearly been team scores. Even the freezing going in, winning inside, they've been worked well through the lines. They're running well off each other's shoulders, and the main thing is there's no one going from the score when it's not on. They're giving that extra pass and making it easier for the man to score, and that's what you need. Galway are probably shooting more in hope from the sideline, a lot of them, than working the ball through the lines, and that's probably been the difference, Mick.
There's the ball in there from McAvoy into the corner again. They need to do something with it here that time. Lovely flick work there by Noel Qualter. Just got just a bit of dragging, a bit of pulling back there. So a chance here now for McDonough again. Over here alongside us, right on the 45 metre line, probably about 50 metres with the angle. John, this has to go over.
They need this score, Mick, because 1-6-2, it's a big lead in the conditions, Mick. There's not a breeze in sight. There's a very maybe slight breeze blowing with Cork, but very slight. It's not a 7-point lead, Mick.
Here we go, McDonough again. Former Masters captain with Galway. Here we go. He needs to put that over the bar here. It's 1-6 to 2 points now. Make that 3 points for Galway. It's gone right over the bar there. The umpire is just getting up that flag. John, that will do him no harm. They probably need a goal here towards half time as well.
Yes, Mick, but if they could tip away another 2 or 3 points even to probably keep them in it, but you have to say at the moment, you'll have to say Cork are well on top, and a great catch there by Tig again.
Super catch by Healy there. Flicks it over here into Keneally. Keneally has it there. Right over here to Doherty. He's been the ace in the forward line for me in this first half. Doherty, nice ball into the forward line here to Curtin again. Is this number 2 on the way? Curtin has a chance to rifle it. Oh, it's just gone into the side netting. A good chance again, John. I thought he'd go low.
It was a great chance, yeah. I thought he would have just whacked it into the ground with the slippery conditions. But you know what, Mick? It was another great move worked. Like, they're walking through the lines is exceptional here, Mick.
Ball over here again. Fitzgerald is over trying to win it that time. Keneally comes out with it here. The man from Araglin just does well here. Hand pass it over to Fitzgerald again on the attack here. Right down through the heart here in Charleville. Chance to steady himself and put it over the bar. He's flying with that one, but it's just gone to the left and wide.
That's a couple of wides now. That would have been big scores for Cork, Mick, but they still seem to be in command. They seem to be winning all the 50-50 ball, and they seem to be working it that much better. But it's been a great first half to watch, make it very enjoyable.
Yes, and you can see down there on pitch side, the Charleville under 10 boys will play Churchtown Liscarroll here at half time, and we'll be coming up to half time maybe in the next 6 minutes. There won't be much time played here because the game has flown here, so it's great to see the under 10 boys from Churchtown Liscarroll and Charleville maybe the next Darragh Fitzgibbon is out there. Who knows, John?
You wouldn't know, Mick, and this is what it's all about, grassroots, Mick, and it's great for them to get out here and play at half-time. This is a big night for them, and they'll enjoy every second of it.
Ball over here to McAvoy. He has to get a what a flick away again there. That's a brilliant stuff inside in the back line. And from Cork, they have been absolutely outstanding. It's been the best of half. Yeah, but McDonough sidesteps Corkery that time. He's out here on the sideline. He just swipes it across. They'll try to flick it in. Chance of a goal inside here, but there's a stray swipe there, John, and it didn't pick up anyone in the end.
I think Dermot Lynch was lucky he hurdled that one, Mick, because you would have a fine session in the morning after that pull. But again, there was no dirt in it. The ball was there, and Lynch just got there first. In fairness, the game has been played in great spirits, Mick. There's not a dirty slap in it.
Yeah, super game here. It's a 1-6 to Cork to 3 points from Galway. I done the game against Limerick in round 1, but Cork here are in full working order. They look slick, they look fast, led by Doherty in the centre forward line. He's been absolutely brilliant. Healy in the middle of the park, Keneally in the back line. They have been motoring well here, John.
Yeah, they're motoring well now, and it's another ball in into Welch, and you want to hope he works this out well. Good ball out here to Tig.
Over here to Healy there, just slapped down the top of the helmet there. The referee, I couldn't hear that, but a word on Kieran Walsh inside and goes. The handling is second to none.
Yeah, he's second to none, Mick, and he's been doing this for probably about 30 years now, and we've been watching him with Kilworth. He was always a talisman for Kilworth, and in fairness, you never worry when the ball is going in around the goals with him inside there, Mick.
So sideline here for Galway as we're coming up towards half time. Vice captain here, Paul Plower. Great sideline in there, but it could carry a bit of legs here on it if it goes over it. They do well here to get it out here that time. Some good movement by Kevin Connolly out there. He swings it across here. Chance again here for this man's second point. Is it gone over? It is. We think it's gone over the bar, and it is Michael Harty. A good substitution to bring on, John. That's his second.
That's his second point. It's probably a big point for him. You're down to 5 now, Mick, and they're probably happy enough to go in 4 or 5 down at half time the way this first half has gone, Mick.
Yeah, there's a good play here from Galway in the closing moments here of the first half there in the corner back line there. Conor Crowley was trying to get it out there, but over again by Doherty, but lose it out. Broderick has it there. Nice player, Broderick. He gives it over here that time to Mulrooney. Has it on the sideline here. They need to hand pass it on here if they can, and they get into the corner there, but intercepted brilliantly there again in the back line, and Cork coming out with it again. Another score here for Cork before half time. That's Fitzgerald. He launches it into the danger zone just over the head there, and number 20 is in here for Cork. That's JJ Carney. Point score against Limerick in the last round. Chance here again for the Doheny's man to put it over the bar, and he does. Dennis Moran slots that over all the time in the wall, but he was looking cool with it.
Yes, Mickey, he looked very cool, but if he actually had looked across to his left, Kieran Curtin was gone again, and he was probably through 1-1 for a goal. But look, you take your score and be happy with it.
Yeah, brilliant opening half here for Cork. If Cork got this in Limerick tomorrow, they'd be pretty happy with that. Over here again, chance here to hand pass it on again, right in the middle of the park. Martin McGrath didn't get on it that time, but they come out again here. Collins has it. Collins is out here on the sideline. Another huge one in around the danger zone. Is that gone over? It's probably just very tight, and it is. That is his second point. The man from Shamrocks launches another beauty.
And that's a monster again, Mick. That's 2 monsters from him now, and they're 2 big scores coming down the straight because they've probably deserved this lead, Mick, the way the first half has gone.
Yeah, it's 1-8 to 4 points in favour of Cork here, and the red jersey, the blood has been shown. We need to see that tomorrow in Limerick. Here's another shot here from Tobin, a long way out again, another pile driver. The umpire, I'd say, is happy with it. And was that over the bar even? Did he just touch it? I wonder, John. But he didn't. The boy said it's wide. I thought maybe, but the net didn't move.
No, the net didn't move, but Mick, it was a fair chance for the keeper to take to stop it from going over, because it could have rattled the back, and the net is quick from the break as he got away with it.
Brilliant work, Corkery to Healy. Back over here, Collins sidestep on the way. There you go. Hand pass it over here again if he can. There's a chance in there. There's the ball in. Doherty again is looking for it. Blocked down well again. Some super play there by Crotty in the corner. A nice. And then the referee just said there's a chop down there, and there's going to be a free out here. Broderick, they have some nice players here. None other than Mike Broderick here, centre back.
Yeah, Mick, he's playing well from, but they need to probably get a score from this now, Mick. Great ball in.
Super ball into here to the corner again. As this hassling in there was Dermot Lynch. He's a judge to give away a free here, and it's good, John, to see some former All-Ireland winners in the crowd as well. The great Neil Ronan from Ballyhaise over there.
Yes, Mick, there's a big crowd after building here. I'd say in total there could be 200 or 300 people here, Mick. A free in here now for Galway here, and you'll be expecting McDonough to tap this over, Mick.
So just coming up towards half time, it's 1-8 to Cork, 4 points for Galway. I'm just seeing where this is, John. He's just getting the word here. I think he has to go for it, John. He has to go for a goal here.
Well,
coming up towards half time.
He could go for the goal now because I think there was a bit of decent there from a few Cork players, and he's after moving more centre of the goals. From where it was, he probably couldn't go for goal, but now he probably has the option of going for goal because it's straight centre of the goals, and as we said, make this surface is slippery and a bouncy ball would be dangerous.
Chance here from McDonough. He's a rocket of a shot here. You're going to see this bounce right down in front of these here. Mulcahy brought it in here for a free. Chance here for a goal now if he goes for it. And he's went after the wrong option for me, John. It's 5 points to 1-8 there. That would have brought it down for 4. The way in the context of the game going, they're not getting goal opportunities.
No, Mick, they're not getting through here for a goal opportunities very early. And I thought he would, especially with the slippery surface, Mick. You could rattle it off the ground there and it'd be very hard for any keeper to save.
They missed the trick there, that one, but they have it again here by Noel Qualter. Qualter's a long way out here again. He's gone high with it, and that's in towards Kieran Walsh again. He'll handle it here. I can count that's his 6th clean catch of the evening here, John.
Yeah, Mick, his handling has been second to none, especially with a slippery ball, but he's so confident on him, you'll never think he's even going to drop one, you don't.
Ball in here again. Oh, just off the ground there, the referee says play on there. We're just having a look over there. We can see who got that there. It looked like it is Kieran Curtin again. He's just pushed out here to the wing forward line, and that's Kieran Curtin flying it in the corner there, but out around, operating around midfield on the wing forward line. Curtin Doherty there was trying to win it back here, but another chance here now for McDonough. Will he come all the way out? He's not. They're going to drop it in here this time.
This is going to be a dangerous ball in now, Mick, because they'll drop it right in around the edge of the square, and as we've seen, they're not afraid to pull, and this could end up anywhere, Mick.
So here we go this time. Number 9, Declan McAvoy will be launching this in here. Let's see what happens inside here as Kieran Walsh coolly lets that out wide. Just keeping an eye out here for 1 or 2 more changes if they're after happening for Galway. We can see number 8, Martin McGrath, is over here marking at Ty Keeley. So no more changes in here. And we have it in the middle of the park there, and keep an eye out there just in case 1 or 2 more players goes off injured. Broderick there coming up towards half time. McAvoy has it now. His chance, he's looking for McDonough again. In over here to the corner that time. Right over, McDonough's dragged back there. That could have been a free in, and it is a free in, John. They had the hand around him, and McDonough done it coolly. He just said, drag me in.
And you know what, it was probably silly there by Lynch because he got away with the first foul, and then he pulled him again. If he stopped, the ball was after breaking to Cockman and it was free out. And again, more back chat here from Cork. They're giving him a chance to go for the goal again, Mick. You keep getting the ball moved to the centre of the goals, you're going to get punished at some stage, Mick.
Yeah, so here we go again. He's got another choice to make here, but it's another good old. The other one was a better chance here for McDonough, but let's see what he does now. So this is the second one now for this end, pulled right in around 22, 23 metres. So McDonough will rifle it over the bar again. So that is 6 points here to 1-9 on the stroke of half time, and we expect a whistle to go here in the next 20-30 seconds there. And then over here again, Mulcahy from Killeedy is letting play on here over on the other side again. That time, brilliant work over there by Curtin, was trying to win it back. They have it deep in the corner now as the ball just goes over the line here. He's just letting probably a minute or 2 over here.
Yes, Mick, and being honest, on the balance of the first half, you'd say Cork should be probably further ahead. They've played all the good thing, but frees have kind of kept Galway in the game. I'd say 4 or 6 points have been frees, Mick.
Yeah, and they had 2 real good goal chances. John, they may root at the end of them, or else we'll be here thinking, what do we know?
Yeah, it'll be one or the other, Mick, because maybe they're saying that they're a second half team, maybe they think they're fitter than Cork. We just don't know what's going on, but they seem to have got the call from the line to take their points in there that time.
Here we go again. Doherty has it over here. Nice little swivel by Doherty. Chance to get it over. He does. They get it in around the middle. 1 touch here by Carney. Will have the chance here that time. Brilliant work there. Lovely flick over here again. Chance to steady himself again that time and flick it over. But it's just gone out there. Touchdown for a 65. And this will surely be the last action of the half here as Joe Mulcahy calls it out here. Probably in the centre of the goals here. Nice opportunity here. And Kieran was staying in goals, so we'll see here who'll taking over this. It looks to be Curtin coming out.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing myself. The way Kieran was striking the ball there, Mick, would you bring him up for it? Because he scored from further back. But look, Curtin is well able to hit him too, Mick, as we all know.
Here we go. He's after some opening half. I make it maybe 1-2 or 1-3 and maybe 2 wides. He's and another goal chance there in the last 10 minutes here as Curtin goes for the last strike of the half here. He's gone high with it there, but it's that tail to the right and wide. And I'm sure in the second half, there's the half-time whistle there. I'm sure, John, in the second half, you will see Kieran probably take one of them.
Yeah, I'd be thinking the way he's striking the ball, Mick, and with the comfort he had it, you'll probably bring him up for him in the second half, Mick.
We'll go pitch side there, just for analysis there at half-time, and we'll be back to you there in the next few moments. Hello and welcome back here to Charleville. Cork Masters here in pole position. John, you can see the scoreboard over your shoulder there. Just give it a little swing out.
Yeah. 196, Mick. They're probably good value for the lead in the first half. You'd actually be saying Galway a bit flattered to be within 6 points of Cork on the balance of play. Probably frees have kept Galway in the game. But look, you'll be from a Cork point of view, you're hoping it's more the same in the second half. But as we know, games can swing in roundabouts, and a goal could change it all. And there's no doubt Galway will come out fighting, Mike.
Yeah, certainly. But since some opening half here, Rory Doherty has led the way. The centre forward line has been brilliant. Collins on the wing, Barry on the other side, who was off and on in the thick of the action, in the middle of the park. Ty Healy launching some great balls in, and really back to working order. The fitness you can see is after stepping up to him. Also here you could pick out Kieran Curtin. We make it a 1-3 for Kieran in the corner. He's the danger man inside there. Dennis Moran has a point. Dave Moore yet to get one over the bar. Dave was struggling with a bit of an injury earlier on against Limerick, so just not seen enough ball either.
No, the ball seems to be going to the other side of the field, Mick. It seems to be all to Kieran's side. But in fairness, the play that has been worked out from Keneally, Kieran Welch, the whole team, the ball through the lines, Mick, it's running off the shoulders. They have a lot of training done, Mick, because this just doesn't happen. Like, the fellas happen to know where to go exactly, and they're making the right pass. There's no one being selfish. There's no one going from the score from 70 yards when there's a 10-yard pass further in and tap it over, and that's what they seem to be taking the right option the whole time tonight. Yeah,
Cork in the back line, you can pick out the whole lot. We'll start with Kieran Walsh, goalkeeper, out here on the sideline, 70 yards out, straight over the bar, about 7 balls straight into his paw, not one of them dropped. So you're talking about top class goalkeeper there, and that's what you need in sticky nights like this, when it's nice and slicey in the ball and trying to get it. In the other corner, you have Dermot Lynch, number 2, Conor O'Keefe 3, Niall Brosnan 4, swapping over and back, 5 Aidan Cockery, 6 Tom Keneally. Tom, a word on him. He's the anchor man inside there, and he's the engine there, and he's Lordy in the centre back.
Yeah, he's after a very good game tonight, Mick, and I suppose we all would have liked to see Joe Farrier there, but he can only mark who's there, and in fairness, Mick, he seems to be cleaning up there. And in fairness to Brian Tobin in midfield, he's getting through a Trojan lot of work beside Ty Healy. The two of them seem to be everywhere around the pitch, and fitness levels from the two of them seem to be exceptionally high, Mick.
Yeah, and on the other side, Patrick Fitzgerald on his own. We see Patrick making 2 or 3 darting runs up the other side of the pitch, and when the ball is kind of staying over maybe to the left-hand side in the first half, so a lot of ball over at Kieran Curtin's side. Doherty, Collins here, and Kieran Curtin. John, is it fair to say they've been the 3 main forwards?
Yeah, they've been the 3 main forwards. In fairness to Curtin, he's probably unlucky not to have another 1-2. Cork are probably unlucky not to have another 2 goals because there was another pass on. But again, it was probably the one wrong pass they took all night. He should have flicked it in, and there was a goal on 1-on-1. But look, these things happen, and you're never going to make every right decision. But you'd have to say at half time, Cork are going into the dressing rooms. You'll be hoping Cork tomorrow night will be going in the same situation.
Yeah, certainly. For Galway, it's been a good opening half. I suppose they relied lots on frees. McDonough is their ace in the forward line. Broderick is their ace in the back line. And he's a nice player, John. You could see with the players missing, the likes of Joe Farragher and co, obviously he wouldn't be seeing a lot of ball if they were there.
No, as we said, like the 3 boys they're missing, Farragher, Healy, like these 2 boys, we all know who they are. We all know what they've done. Like, when you're missing them, they're used as to any team at any level, and like they probably were doing most of their work around. The tactics were to get the ball to these boys for the scoring, and you probably had to change things up at the last minute when you found out they were injured, so maybe that's holding them back a bit in their play. But they just seem to be, for Cork tonight, it seems to be clicking in the first half, whereas it didn't click for Galway. They seem to be hitting an awful lot of balls from out by the sideline, Mick, and as we all know, they're called hitting hopes. And they seem to be doing a lot more of that in Cork, but maybe in the second half we'll see a totally different Galway. Yeah,
and just maybe about 5 minutes before half time, there was 2 frees right in front of the goals for McDonough, but the word from the management was put it over the bar, and there were 2 decent goal chances in a game where Galway are finding it hard to get anything. But here at half time, it's Cork in pole position here. Galway have it all to do in the second half. John, but a word on the young lads behind us. There's Cal Churchtown and Charleville under 10s below. It's nice to see.
This is what it's all about, Mick, the grassroots, and you can see them here. They're putting in Trojan effort. This is their moment in the spotlight, Mick, and this is what it's all about. If you don't have grassroots, you don't have Masters, you don't have Corks, you don't have Limericks, you don't have Galways. You have nothing if you don't have the grassroots. And in fairness to every member of Bride Rovers and Charleville J Club and all J Clubs around the country that give up their time on Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Saturday mornings for Blitz, they deserve unbelievable credit, and all these people that organise it, because without under 10s, under 8s, you don't have any hurling and football, and we wouldn't have the entertainment we're seeing all year around from the county teams, because without the children, you have no county.
Well said. And it's half time here in Cork in cruise control. Let's see, can Galway swing it around here in the second half, but they've all to do. For me, John, here on pitch side, we'll join you back there for the second half shortly. Hello and welcome back here to Charleville. It's Masters second half here. Cork and Galway as the young legends come off of the field here. It's a 1-9, John. We make that over there to 6 points in favour of Cork.
6 point lead, Mick. It's probably a good lead, but it's not an insurmountable lead. They'll have to put in the same effort now in the second half, and a couple of early scores now to set them down again.
So they're underway here. We had word there, number 2 for Galway, Seamus Klein. He went off with a hamstring injury there, so he won't be returning. So just as they get their bearings here, Cork, nice ball in here again. Keneally has it again here. Chance here now to bear out here from the back line here. Gives a beautiful ball into the corner here. Opportunity there for Barry is back in there wearing number 10 in the other side. Carney has it up here that time. Nice little flick over there. Chance coming in here around the goal. So flick it over the bar. They tell you one thing, that's gone right over the bar by JJ Carney, the man from Watergrass Hill. Shotten's the Hurling like Patrick Horgan.
That was a great flick, Mick, and he done a lot of hard work too. He had to get away from 2 players, and in fairness he showed the composure just to flick it over.
So number 20 is in for Galway, as Emmett Caulfield is in there around centre forward as well, as they come out in the back line there with it. So good play here already here from Cork as they go into 1-10 to 6 point lead here, and it's one-way traffic, John. It's going to take 2 or 3 goals here for Galway to swing this.
It's going to take a big swing around there, Mick, because Cork seem to have come out of the traps faster again, and they seem to be walking the ball that much better, and they seem to be doing the right thing with the ball, Mick.
Yeah, here we go again. Here as they come out of the back line there, with Kennedy was trying to get out of there. Nice swipe on it there, but in comes Moran again just to get it away, and he gets it out here that side.
His work rate inside there from the big man inside full forward, Mick, is unbelievable. They're leaving nothing out easy, and I suppose that's a big help to your midfield and your backs when nothing is coming out easy.
Yeah, so a super performance here by Cork. But there was nothing won ever in the first half, so they'll have to put it all together again here. But it's 1-10 to 6 points. Galway were clear favourites, John, coming in, but then when we heard the types of players that were missing, obviously the tide swings the other way.
Yeah, the tide swings the other way, Mick, but when you're missing the 3 big boys they're missing, it's a huge loss to any team. It is like Robert Downey to Cork. Mick, he's a huge loss centre back, and you can't miss these players at this level.
Yeah, certainly, and we'll see Rob back. If not for the second half tomorrow, we'll see him back in the next stage, whether it's a quarter-final or a semi-final. But there's one thing that Cork have done right this time, is they're giving their players a chance to get fit in the senior, and John, Pat had to do this, because one more injury now and you can forget about the rest of the year.
And the problem you have, like, Mick, is if you chance one of them tomorrow, I know it's a Munster final, and there's no point saying we all, as Cork people, we all went to win the Munster final. 2018 is too long to be without a Munster final, but you have to think of the bigger picture, because no matter what happens tomorrow, you're going to have a bite of the cherry in Croke Park, and you can't be missing these boys for them big days above there. Yeah,
possibly if they lose a quarter final, and then all of a sudden you could be, if you win a quarter final, you could be looking at 36 times champion Kilkenny maybe in the semi-final. So there you go. So you'll need a full fit team, and Pat Ryan is giving the chance now to the other players as well, and Duds Healy is in as well, so it's great to see the young lads in as Galway strike a ball here over that time from Emmett Caulfield in around the danger zone, just dropped down there, but I thought it was a free out on Kieran that time.
I thought it was a free out myself, Mick. It looked like he swiped straight in his hand as he caught the ball, but look, we'll give Joe the benefit of the doubt. There's a lot of things happening here, Mick.
Patrick Fitzgerald launches it in there, nice stylish player, the man from Aaron's Zone. Why wouldn't he be, John?
Yeah, sure, we all know what you get from Aaron's Zone.
Here we go again. Curtin has a chance to put it over the bar, stylishly done. one, and it's gone right over the bar. John, he's been brilliant in the forward line as well, but the calibre of ball that they've got in has been excellent.
Yeah, it's a great ball, but Mickey, in fairness to the forwards here, they're working and they're breaking it in, and in fairness to Curtin there, he watched the break and he was on it. The cornerback got dragged under the ball, and in fairness, another great score, and he done the sensible thing. He didn't go for goal, he tapped it over.
Here we go again. In here, it's all one-way traffic here. Lovely from Barry. Nice little flick on here again if they can get it up. Nice little shoulder there into the chest. You'll feel that one there. You'll be winded all day long after that, John.
The two of them ran into each other there, Mick. There was a fair collision. Curtin looks hurt here, and being honest, Mick, if he has to go off for Cork, he's a huge loss because he's been involved in everything great they've done tonight, and it looks like there might be a bit of an injury, but he's back up now in the helmet on, so he looks fine to continue, Mick. Thank God there's no one seriously hurt because that was a fair collision. Yeah,
there was a fair collision there. So over here, just looking for a few positional switches. Anything there catching your eye there?
No, it looks like Cork have set up the same way. The Galway have made a few positional switches. All right, number 22, Kevin Collooney, has gone out to the corner, and number 20, Emmett Caulfield, has gone in full forward, Mick.
So that's the movement there. Well spotted. Lynch launches it out here. Over here again, Barry is trying to get it there. He's been out in front there. Look at that for a nice little touch. Cute touch again to start the ball over here and start the attack. There's Doherty. He's a long way back. In towards here to the big man. Moran inside from Doherty's. But a super catch from Kennedy will come out of the back line with that. And he will start the attack there. That was a catch of the day so far. Into the middle of the park. McAvoy has it. Launches a neat ball in. Comes out with Dermot Lynch. Just gone past him over here. Nice little swivel around. Getting the ball into the forward line again. But good stick work there, John, to get it out of the danger area.
Yeah, you get it out the wing, Mick, at all costs. As we always tell young fellas, don't go across the centre, and just as I say, what do? Straight across the centre and into the danger zone. A lot of steps there, Mick. I thought it should have maybe be a free out, but look, it is a hard game to ref because there's no one giving an inch.
So a brilliant ball from Lynch out. It was the man from Bantier before that, Conor O'Keefe, who got it out there, and it's just gone in around him again there that time, and they're going to get a chance here that time to launch that out, and they do. In over here, look at the speed of Barry in over him here that time, just trying to get in there, but tackled well over there by Conor Crotty.
Cock ball here, make great work again by Alan Barry. He was probably chasing a lost cause there. Actually, the cornerback was favourite all day, but he never gave it up. And this is what it's about. Cock's work rate today has been exceptional, Mick, and that's what you need.
John, switch here and centre back here. We can just having a look around there. Is it Ty Keeley's gone in centre back?
Ty Keeley looks like he's gone back playing the sweeper in this half, and that might be a good move because he's fierce good on the ball, Mick, and his brain, he knows how to play it in. And in fairness to Keneally, he had a great game there in the first half, and he won't be any loss out midfield because he's well able to hurl as well, Mick.
Yeah, he's out midfield there now, so they swapped around. I suppose they're giving Ty a breather as well. Sean Murphy is in from Liscow, number 17. Sean, a fine footballer as well. Over here again that time in the middle. Nice little work again, just past old Patrick Fitzgerald. He can get a chance to get it back. He does well, Fitzgerald. Over here again, but McAvoy is in, been judged to call, and Mulcahy will call him back over, and he's going to take a number here again.
Yeah, there seemed to be something happened there after the ball, Mick. There was a bit of handbags, I'd say, but I'd say Joe's just having enough of it now, so I'd say he's going to lay down the law here and give the two of them a yellow card, Mick. But Joe's, in fairness, he's doing fair well here tonight because I have to give him, there's not a yard being given by anyone, and he, in fairness, he's letting the game flow as much as he can, and he's giving the freeze when he has. There's 2 yellow cards now for Brian Tobin and Don McCann, and that should make the two of them cap on now for the rest of the game, Mick.
So here we go. Joe has refed it brilliantly, to be fair to him. Not a substitution we think in there for a... Yeah, he's in over in the corner there. They're swapping him over and back. So just have you look there, John. Is there another guy who's number 20 for Galway? Just have you look over there.
Yes, number 20 for Galway is in there. Emmett Caulfield, Mick. He seems to be moving all over the place. Number 17, Colin Connaughton, has come in as well, Mick.
And there's a red card here, John. We're just seeing here.
Tobin just got booked there, see, for an off-the-ball incident, and he done an old swipe there, Mick. And
as he's been sent
he got
off,
a second yellow card, Mick. So he's going to be a big loss now, down to 14 men for Cork.
So there you go. So that's how it all can change, and that's how it could change tomorrow in the Gaelic grounds as well, as sending off there. And to be fair to Joe Mulcahy, every call he's made has been correct.
Yeah, and I didn't see what Brian done there to get sent off. It's not like him, Mick, but look, Joe was right up on top of it and he didn't hesitate. He gave the second yellow card.
So here we go here. Willie Mulrooney is coming back into the fray here with the white helmet over here. So they're going to roll the dice here now, Galway. They have a chance here. 111 to 6 points. We have it here in Charleville. It could be a grandstand finish here if they were to get an early goal here, John, Galway.
Yes, if they got a goal here now, make it very interesting because there's probably about 20 minutes left, Mick, and playing 20 minutes with 14 is going to be tough here, Mick, because the legs will get tired, Mick.
There's McDonough to launch it over, and he does. 17 is in, Colm Connaughton is in also for Galway, so they're ringing the changes. They don't have many more to come in there, maybe. You can see Dara Mack has gone off there, number 18, so that brings it up here now to 7 points to 111 in favour of Cork. So here a big few moments here. Number 17 here, Sean Murphy is only just in at the last 5 minutes as Broderick picks it up here. Broderick clears his lines, as we said to you there at half time. He's looked some operator over there that time by Noel Quarter, and another free here, John.
Yeah, another free, and Allen have to be careful because if you remember, Mick, he got booked there in the first half, so you can't go down to 13, Mick. You have no chance if you go down to 13.
So Galway turning the screw here in Charleville, and the rain has just stayed away here, but the pitch is slippy enough inside Cork. Brilliant in the first half here, but just finding it a bit hard here to get going the second half, and down a man. Now it's back down there. Oh, the goal chance came right off of it there, and here's going to back down again here. Snapshot. Oh, has it gone over the bar again, John? It is.
Yes, Mick, and we were very lucky there because that could have gone anywhere off the post, Mick. But like Cockney now to get a bit of composure. They're still 6 points up, Mick. They just need to work it now and make sure that their loose man is at the back for Galway, not up here on the forwards, because you can't have a loose man running at you up here.
Yeah, here we go. Keneally's been brilliant. One of their best players here to hand pass in here for Murphy. There you go in here. Murphy has it here. He's coming right on goals. Look at that for a chance. I think it's over, and it is. That was a brilliant move. It was made in Arroglen and over to this Carl Churchtown man, and he launches it over the bar. Sean Murphy.
And that's a big score, Mick. They needed that to settle them down because they were going to have to get back 6, and Galway getting a foothold in the game. So that's a huge score, Mick.
Big score, 112 to Cork, 8 points to Galway, and out comes that goalkeeper Malloy again, looking to clear out. He's their captain today. Hand pass on the way here if he can get him. He's gone out a bit too far over Doherty's head, and over there that time. Over on the other side is Corkery trying to win it back here, but Curtin has it on the other side of the pitch. He's about 40 yards out, but just gone over the white line and out for a sideline.
Yeah, like I thought maybe there was a little free there, but as Curtin ran past, he got a little flick in the helmet, Mick. So like you'll be saying, are the little decisions just starting to go Galway's way, and could that be the turn of the game?
The sideline cut here for Cork. It's there for them now for the taking, John, but a goal here for Galway would put it right in the melting pot. But Cork had it on a big point there just the last 2 minutes from Sean Murphy, who coolly slotted it over the bar. Brian Tobin is talking to David O'Callaghan below there, so he's telling him why he got the second yellow. We think it was the second yellow.
It was the second yellow, Mick. He got 2 yellows in about 30 seconds, but like I suppose the second one you could say was a bit harsh, Mick, because he's been leaving him go all night.
So Galway pick it up, cleared out again by Broderick. Here's the attack over here to Patrick Fitzgerald is in there with Ty Healy. What a catch from Healy, rolling back the years here. And Charleville over here to Corkery, gives a good ball into Doherty again. He's chancing solo around here, 40 yards out here. Make that about 30, bearing in on goals, but just hand pass, just gone a bit astray that time. Out they come. McAvoy has it here for Galway. Launch it in here around the middle of the park. Chance here for a pot shot, a free effort inside and goals here. And a writing, let it bounce, and that's what they do. Good work there. Out to Dermot Lynch. Get one more chance now to get it up. If he misses, he's in trouble. Lynch comes over at that time. Ball on over here to give it over. Good stuff out here to O'Keefe. O'Keefe will clear his lines, and that's what they need. Chance here again, just caught there that time by Collins. Doherty, snapshot on the swivel, in around the forward line again, and back in there, but good defending there from Kennedy in the full back line. He's been very good, the man from Mike Cullen. Ball in here to the forward line again. Look at that here, as Galway trying to get that goal over to McDonough's, trying to get out over there, but it's intercepted brilliantly by Healy, and that is a free out there, John.
That Healy used all his experience there, Mick, just got the flick, got out in front, and the minute he got the little touch, he was always getting the free. And in fairness, Ty has been everywhere here in the second half, and it's huge because it's going to be very hard to make the ball stick up here, Mick, when you have the 2 extra men here now, I suppose, because they were playing a sweeper. But all Cork have to do now, if they can tip on 3 or 4 more points and give away no goal, you probably see him over the line, Mick.
Yeah, it'd be a good chance here now for them if they can. And there's the ball right in here again. Look at that for a huge puck there by for Kieran Walsh. Score of a point here in the first half. The Cork goalkeeper in here again. To Curtin again. That time Curtin swivels it again over the shoulder. Is it after tailing in? I don't know. It was tight there,
no, I'd say the referee is going to overrule his umpire here, Mick. He had his hand up saying it was over the bar. And I'd say he's given the point. It looked over from here, Mick. But see, the umpire couldn't really see it. And the goalkeeper was waving wide, and I suppose he just trusted the goalkeeper.
Joe Mulcahy ran in there at about 15 yards from the umpire. The umpire see Joe bearing down in goal, and he said that was enough, that was over the bar.
Yeah, it was a big score now for Cork. That's a big lead they have now, and they just need to game management is huge here, Mick. As we saw about Cork against Clare earlier on the year, you have to manage the game when you're down a man.
Brilliant work over there, but just lose out to MacDonagh. Another free there from him. But Patrick Fitzgerald, John, he's very, very good there, wearing number 7 for Cork. He's over and back both sides, some operator.
Yeah, he's been very solid all night, Mick. In fairness to the whole Cork backs have been very solid, Mick. To only have 8 points conceded in this game is huge. 8 points in the game of hurling is nothing like, and 113 is a fair score, Mick.
Yeah, some goal score here, to be fair, and it's been a real good game. It's been tough now, it hasn't been dirty, to be fair. But it's 113 to Cork and 8 points here, looking to make it a 9 here. And as John, the electronic scoreboard here, the lads are in the stand, and that's good to see.
Yeah, it's good to see, and it's straight over the bar, Mick, and you're expecting him to score that, but now Cork need to respond now again. They just need to keep this few points ahead, and there's about, I suppose, 15 minutes left here, Mick, so it's a big 15 for Cork, especially after losing the first day.
There we go, ball over here to the other side again to swing it in there. Look at that, some brilliant, was that a free in here, going straight in and goal here. Some work there again by Keneally there, that was some catch right out of the clouds, and he's operating all around in the wing forward line, and maybe out centre forward everywhere, I'd say, John. He's all over the place here as Doherty looks to come in again, just loses out that time, but Galway are hounding hard here, as intercepted here, as we said there, Patrick Fitzgerald right on cue that time, and it's gone right over the bar. A splendid score from the man from the Air Zone Club in Cork.
A massive interception, Mick, and he showed the composure to pick it up, and he steadied himself, and the minute he left his stick, you knew it was going straight over the red spot. That's a massive score in this game, Mick.
That's 114 to 9 points, and remember, Cork are down to 14 men. Tobin sent off for 2 yellows, but they look still in control here. They look like they're not conceding any goals, John, but will that be the kiss of death? And we're going to find out here. It's in towards the danger zone again here, inside, both men are inside, and full forward line is trying to get in. There's the kiss of death, John, and it's gone in, it's gone to the back and just out to the left and wide, and inside there was Gary Green was the man that was looking in around the danger zone.
He was very unlucky there, and I suppose we've been praising Kieran all night. It was probably his first mistake. He should have probably picked it up, Mick, but look, he got away with it, and you deserve one chance.
Yes, just got out of it there. It could have been a goal there, but nice fast puck out here again. Brilliant play here, and Niall Brosnan, man from Millwall, of course, a great club of the great Shawnee Gorman over here again, and Shawnee would be proud of him wearing number 4, don't you know? But there you go, another shot there, a snap one, and that's gone wide. That's gone wide again from McAvoy. But a very solid display here from, and there's another man injured here. That's a hamstring, just as we spoke about Niall Brosnan from Milford. Solid in the corner, John, and he's a man that will be staying in the corner. That's his position.
Yes, Mick, but I'd say he's gone here. I'd say it looks like a knee or hamstring. He looks to be in a lot of pain here. So there's nothing he can do, he'll have to go off, I'd say, Mick. But Galway again, they're shooting in the second half, Mick. They're not working it through the lines, even since they got the extra man. They're still shooting from kind of hitting hope shots. I just think when you have the extra man, you should definitely be working it through the lines, Mick.
Yeah, so here we have a chance here again now to launch it out here and get it underway again. Curtin is over alongside us here. It's been some game here in Charleville. There's definitely about 200 people here, and it is good to see, and it has been refed superbly by Joe Mulcahy. To be fair to Joe, he's had a brilliant game. He's left it flow there, but they have a chance here now to launch this ball in here and start a real good goal opportunity. John, we spoke about it on the stroke of half time. They had 2 good chances of frees, and they haven't seen much yet, but let's see, can they turn one here, Galway, in around the zone again. Healy just misses out that time. Brilliant by Lynch, gets it out here over to the corner again. This man has been absolutely brilliant. Doherty from Ballincollig gives the ball, swings it into the danger zone. In here comes Galway again. They have it, they come out at that time. Conor Crotty gets it out, starting the attack again there. Just the spare man you can see there.
Yeah, the spare man is huge, Mick, but in fairness to the Cork forwards, they're hounding, they're harrying, they have it back again. In fairness, they're not giving them a yard. You wouldn't think there was 15 against 14 here at the moment, Mick.
Lovely side step by Doherty. He's gone high, but at that time it's gone in around the zone there. We'll see whether he let it out wide, but a good work there by the keeper. Number 26 we make out is in here as well, Niall Higgins. So chopping and changing going on here in Charleville. Ball back up here again in the Cork side that time, ticking fast here. Brilliant work again there by Barry, just loses out there, trying to nip in there that time like a terrier, trying to get it out of there, but Cork come out again with Dermot Lynch from Ballygiblin, has it over here, flicks it over that time. Brilliant work there, just blocked down the other time was Conor O'Keefe from Bantier.
It was great work though from Cork, because Galway had three men on 2 there, and Cork still came out with the ball. They seem to be the more hungry, Mick. Galway seem to want to just get one flick, but if they get a goal, there's no doubt, Mick, they will drive them on. Their heads seem to be down a little bit now, so you just don't want to give them the chance to get back into it.
Yeah, they have a good chance to get into it, but they need that goal, John. That's what we were on about there towards half time. They had two good opportunities right in front of goals, and they should have took one at least, had a go off it. But here's Doherty again. He's been the ace forward for me, and that's another one gone right over the bar, John. He's been splendid. They can't do nothing with him, Galway.
It was a great flick again there though from Sean Murphy out him. In fairness, they're working the ball way better, and they seem to be getting the scores that much easier, Mick, don't they?
Ball, yes, into the box again here as Galway try to turn the screw, looking for that goal they need. Fitzgerald score of a point there not so long ago, swings it right across the box to Kieran Walsh. Walsh will scan the area and drive it right into the middle of the park, looking towards Curtin again inside there. He's had a splendid game, about 1-4 we make out, but Conor Crotty comes over at that time for Galway, just hook out here to Broderick. Broderick has it about 50 metres out from his own goals. But back over here again as they're on the attack. In here to danger zone again. But Fitzgerald comes over it. Brilliant. There's hamstring probably. Is it something gone there? Is it to Grind and Fitzgerald? McDonough has it. Chance to go in here again. Mulrooney was inside there to meet him. But over here the flick goes on. They're trying for that goal. They need that goal. It's out here again. Chance for the goal that time. McAvoy! What a save! It's rifled in to the back.
I'd be saying, Mick, it has to be a square ball.
They've got it in over the line, John.
He was standing inside in the square when that ball was hit. That's a poor call from Joe, and I'll be honest, Mick. He was standing inside on the post, Mick.
And we're just going to have a look. We think it was number 14, Gary Green, that got it.
Gary Green got the goal, Mick. He finished it well, but it was definitely a square ball, Mick.
Yeah, it was tough to see inside there, but now it just gives a small bit of an idea, John, that another goal here, and this is right in the melting pot here.
Yeah, and I'd say there's definitely 10 minutes to go, Mick, so 6 points now, and that'll give Galway a huge lift with the extra man and all, so, like, you would have to say they're going to be right back in this game. We're in for a good finish here, Mick.
Harty was trying to get in there that time. Here it goes in. And Keefe needs to get this one out here that time. O'Keefe has it here. Needs to get the clearance. He does. Out here just over the head of Barry. That's going to go out. He just needs to stand off him here. He does the right thing. In here that time. They have it. McDonough, the wrong man, has it now for Cork. Over there. There you go. That's why he's the wrong man. It's gone right over the bar again. David McDonough.
Yes.
Right out in the sideline. 110, 115. Game on.
That's a serious score, Mick. And that goal, as we said, the goal gives you a lift. And it seems to be after giving the Galway players a spurt of life that they didn't seem to have there for a while, and Cork are after picking up a few injuries and they just need to settle down. They probably need the next score, Mick.
Well, Cork are down to 14 men. Note that 23, Mark Foland is back in for Galway. Over here again, Broderick has it about 40 metres out. He needs to get it up this time. They need another goal here, but Cork on the attack again here. Keneally was trying to get in there. Mulcahy says play on. Doherty has it again. Curtin is outside him, but he's gone the other way. Over here it's going to be cleared out by Plower that time on the other side as Galway will start the attack over here into the middle of the park. Brilliant work inside here that time over there by Emmett Caulfield. Caulfield just loses it out here. They need to get it in here. Healy needs to get it up, and Dermot Lynch will clean it up in the corner if he can get it up. They need to get it out now, Cork, as Galway are turning the screw here in Charleville here. They need another goal chance here, but Doherty lose out over here, but Cork have it around the middle of the park. Brilliant work from Cockery over here that time, right out to Collins. He launches it in there, but the referee has called it back here, John, and that could just be what they needed.
Yeah, they need to get the next score, Mick. You need to get that 6 point gap back, because there's no doubt with coming down the stretch, Galway are going to get another goal chance, Mick, because Cork legs are going to get tired, because the extra man is going to be a huge thing coming down the last 5, 6, 7 minutes here, and there's probably 2 or 3 to be added on, Mick. So this would be a huge score from Kieran now, and you'd have to say in the first half, I won't put the cuss on him, Mick, I won't say it.
But he has a chance here. We know that he has the distance here, but there's nothing easy about this here. So the management said strike it on, and there you go. He's looking for his second point here. I think it's probably just gone. Yeah, it's gone to the right and wide. Very unlucky there, John, but it still gives Galway a chance here. 115, 114. Broderick has it now on the 40. He gets the ball out here again. They'll have it over here that time. They need a goal again here. We make it about 8 minutes as they sidestep over here that time. McAvoy has been brilliant in the middle of the park, but Terrier, like Barry, was on him. He didn't do much there, John.
I have to say, Mick, in fairness to Joe, I think he's after a very good game, but the 2 big calls, Mick, the red card and the goal, I just think they were a bit harsh on Cork.
Yeah, so that's the way it goes there, but it's hard to get every call right. Here's McDonough has it now. This is a chance to bring it down to Well, one shot game, John. It could be down to 3 points here. If this goes over the bar here, we make it 115, 111. Of course, we're going by the scoreboard. Joe might have that differently, but we think that scoreboard is fairly spot on. The boys are right on cue above here. They're watching for the flags. So here we go. McDonough, nothing easy about this. This is where you need your big players to stand up, and big moments like this. Former Masters captain strikes it straight between the posts.
Yeah, great score again, Mick. Probably the extra man is probably starting to tell big time now, Mick. The legs are getting tired, and Cork really need a score, because if they get within 2, you'll probably fancy Galway to get over the line, because the legs are gone very tired here with Cork.
The legs are gone tired, is right, but Cork need to keep going and keep wrestling away there. Murphy just didn't win that one there, but he scored a great point here. But it's all Galway. They're finishing quick here, but Fitzgerald, he's been brilliant. Likewise here by Keneally and John. They probably need him back there now.
You probably need him back there now, Mick. You just need to get one lucky break now, get a point up here, Mick, and get it back to 4, because if it goes to 2, you're probably under serious pressure.
Another effort there that time by Noel Qualter, and he has brought this down to a 2-point game. And John, there you go, the man, a Club All-Ireland winner at HQ. That is some operator, John.
And that was a massive score, Mick. It was all 60 yards out, in fairness. Now we'll see what's going to happen down the stretch, but there can't be much time left either, Mick, I'd say.
So there we said in the first half we thought Dave Moore was probably still feeling the effects of the injury, but he's coming back on here. But that was a super score there by Qualter, right over the bar. The man from Moore, John, has brought 2 between him. Alan Barry just gone out here. Moore has gone back in. John, can you just see where Dave has gone in around the middle of the park?
And I just hear the Cork line there roaring up there. It's 115, 112. So it is a goal, and it make not 2 points.
Alan can feel a bit hard done by there, John. He was hounding a lot of ball over there, a lot of big work right here as Cork have it now. They need another score over on the sideline again, and they have it. The right man has it. Doherty gives the ball into the corner there. Kennedy was out there, and over there you can just see they're coming in there. Kennedy is trying to wrestle it back again, and over there's Paul Plower, the vice captain, but Cork have it. Rory Doherty has it from Ballincollig over on the side, and that looked a free. Referee said play on over there, but Galway getting everything now.
Yeah, they're getting all kind of the decisions. I'm not going to be harsh on Joe, because in fairness, he's doing his best. It's hard to referee it. There's a lot of things going on in the game, but it looked from here was like it's free. But in fairness to Joe, there's a lot to ref out there, Mick.
So here we go again. There's Galway coming here again. That was a bit loose there that time. It's gone over there and I'm well out over the line that time. Some good play here. They've all been chopped and changed here. Sean King as well for Galway. So everyone has been used on and off, John.
And it's great to see the rolling subs, Mick, because it makes the game entertaining. It gives people a rest. And when they come back on, they're able to go again. And that's what you need. Cork now will be keen to win this ball and just try and get one score, Mick, and it'll be a big score.
There's a sideline here, right in over here that time. Ball in over to that. Who's going to come out with it there? McAvoy has it again over there. John, he's been brilliant in the middle.
He's after a great second half, Mick. He was quiet in the first half, but in the second half he's really after showing his worth. He's been everywhere, Mick.
And Galway turning the screw here. Over here, Healy needs to try to get intercepted here, but O'Keefe is over there that time. Oh, but brilliant work out the sideline there that time again by Mark Follen. Swings it across here. It's Harty is over again looking for his 3rd point, but he's just blocked down. There was a chance to swivel and put it over the bar, and Cork come out with it that time. And there's a shoulder, but there was a fair shoulder, John. And the wing back Aidan Cottery from Dunamore clears it out over to the other side. You can see the extra man telling.
Yeah, the extra man is telling. Galway seem to have been all over the place. But in fairness to the Cork backs, they're still working tirelessly, Mick, and they're not giving them anything easy. And
McAvoy has the chance here to bring one between them, about 65 metres out. Is it tailing to the right and wide it is?
Yeah, and in fairness to McAvoy in the second half, Mick, he's been unbelievable for Galway. He's probably been the best player in the second half.
So Kieran Walsh is going to take his time here. Time-wise, John, what do you make?
I'd be saying 3 or 4 minutes left, Mick.
So ball over here again. Cork need another score here. If they can get anything now, would be big here. That time Dara Mack has it over there, looking to clear it out there. Right over to the other side again, but intercepted brilliantly over there by Cockery. He's played very, very well over there. But Galway come out again. They're coming hard. McDonough has it. The right man for Galway has it now. Swivel here on the 40. And the referee says play on. There was no free there. Chance over to Mulrooney if he does, but he's flicked it over past him to McAvoy. This man has been everywhere today for Galway. That could be a free in, John, but referee says play on. McAvoy to bring one between them. Is that gone over the bar? It is, John, just about. He's having a think about it.
Back to a 2-point game. The scoreboard was wrong at 111. They had to change back to 112. So it's 115 to 113 now. So there's 2 points in the game, but there's probably 3 or 4 left. So it is a big 3 or 4 minutes for Cork now in this Master Series.
Yeah, great stuff there, John. Well spotted. So Cork 115, Galway 113. 2 in it there, and we'll just try to find out there what's left in it. So as they take the water there, and we'll see here, is there any more changes there? There's a couple of injuries here going on over on the other side, and they won't want to lose many more now if they can. That's Healy over there being spoken to.
Injury time.
And we're just going to get the update there, and we'll see what the official minutes is left there as John gets the update there from Rob Oldham, and we'll see what is left here in Charleville. It would be devastating if Cork were to lose this one, because they have been the best team. John, what do you make left?
I've just been informed we're in injury time, Mick. They're not sure how much has to be added on.
So we're looking at about 3 or 4 minutes injury time. We make it here as the ball goes over here, and it's a big free for Cork, John, and that could be a big one here if this goes over the bar.
That's a big free for Cork, Mick, and it's a one that they need to get, Mick, because they'll put 3 between them, and then Galway probably have no choice, only go for a goal.
So it's nearly over here as we get a chance right to put it over the bar, and we'll see what he can do here. So a good opportunity there. So here's a chance here over this to bring 3 between it, and he does. He launches that over the. Oh, it's just gone right, John. Just gone out to the right and wide. A great opportunity here. But we're in a pole position here as Cork still lead by 2. A goal here will swing this around here. And it's in here towards Healy, the man from Butterford, all the way from Clonakilty tonight, John. That's some distance, some going here, but here we go again. That's a free there. Referee says play on. It's going to be down to a point here, John. It's tight now.
Yeah, it's going to be tight now, and it all comes down now to referee's discretion. Will there be another play after this free, or is time up? He's looking at his watch, Mick. It could be all over after this. We just don't know. I've no doubt we'll know, because Galway will drop it in if it's going to be all over. So if they put it over, there's obviously time for one more play.
Correct. So here we go, and it's going over the bar. So Joe Mulcahy's after saying there's time there. It is left, so he's going to bring 1 between them, and he has put it over. So here we go. Joe said there's time left, John. I make out we're probably about 3 minutes over here.
I think we're 3 or 4 over now, Mick. You could see him blow it up here if Cork win it. But if Cork can get the ball dead even, to be huge, but they have to win it, Mick.
So here we go again. This is a big moment here for the Masters. They don't deserve to lose here, but you have to on the right. Curtin has on the right. He's given a huge ball in here. It could be as good as a score, John, if it's. And Joe is saying play on here. The man of the match I'm going to give John Kieran Curtin and Rory Doherty. I'm going to give it to both of them. They've been brilliant, and we'll try to get them in after the game, whatever the result here. But here we go. Is the referee trying to play on again? He is. Oh, chance here. That's a free to level matters here in Charleville. Oh, just very unlucky here. McDonough has the chance now to put it over the bar to make it 150 to 115. And John, and you can certainly hear the full-time whistle after that.
Yeah, again, Mick, I don't like being critical, but I thought that was soft. There wasn't much in it. But look, there was probably maybe a little touch, and the choice was given.
Yes, so McDonough has it straight in front of the goals. He was a bit low with the last one, so he might probably want to give a small bit more here, a bit here. Cork would take the full-time whistle after this, John.
They probably would, because Galway seemed to have all the flow. Mick, the extra man told big time there on the last 10. And look, it was very unlucky for Cork.
There you go. He's gone high with it that time there. And I'd see they're talking about it, and Joe was pretty happy with that. It's gone over the bar. And he's the full-time
Joe put
whistle.
up his hand straight away.
So here we go here, the sides are level here in Charleville, the whistle is in the mouth, it's last chance saloon for both teams here and both counties, and they're going to get it out here, chance here for Cork, who's going to swing it over the bar, and Cork have it, Corkton has it, a chance to put it over the bar, it's in it, but that could be the last action here, and Mulcahy says play on, there's still time, McAvoy has it out on the other side, McAvoy launches it up that time, oh brilliant opportunity over here, nicely intercepted there, and Cork survived that, they just get it out the right time, and the referee is calling it in here for a clash ball, John. There can't be much more time.
He seems to be going to play on again. I'd be thinking we're 6 or 7 minutes in now, Mick. I'm not sure. You imagine that there couldn't have been 6 or 7 minutes. There wasn't that much injuries. But look, there could be one more chance for Galway.
McDonough has it there. He could not blow the whistle. If anything, it has to be a free out. They were holding on to it.
He's going to throw it in again, Mick. I thought it was a free out for Barge and myself. But Galway seem to be getting all the 50-50s.
So in here again, as Joe says, play on again. Whistle surely must be coming to an end here in Charleville. 1:15 apiece. Cork need to pick it up here, but it's been a big finish. And there, he's after blowing.
He's after blowing it for another throw ball. Everyone here on the stand seems to think the time is well up. Well, I think the time is well up. The sensible thing now is just to blow it up, Mick.
So here we go, Joe riches it in again. Who's going to come over? Cork need to clear the lines that time. Lynch gets a shoulder in there. Over here on the sideline, who's going to take a McAvoy? Has been their best player all over the park here today. Ball into the middle. Broderick will have a chance here to swing it out to vice captain. Plower is over here to win it. Needs the flick that time. That's a fair tackle and clear the ball out that time. It needs to be got out. It is. Here we go into the full forward line again. Can Cork steal it? But they're down to 14. There's the full time whistle. Surely going to go. Here's Plower. He's 75 metres out. And that is the right call. And we're going to go pitch side here. Straight away, we're going to get Rory Doherty in here and Kieran Curtin. And hopefully we can pick up Neil Ronan there as well. So, okay. Hello and welcome back to Charleville. Neil Ronan's joined me here. Neil, some game to be fair at the Masters is alive and well, and some top performances there by Rory Doherty in number 11 for Cork.
Yeah, very exciting. Thought Cork had it until Brian Tobin got sent off. I don't think he should have been sent off really. Rory was outstanding. Ty Keeley was outstanding. Kieran inside and goal is just he's like a fine wine. He's getting better with age. And Lynchy cornerback was outstanding. Fierce entertaining game.
Yeah, it's good to see the local players get involved here, but especially around North Cork as well.
Yeah, a lot of North Cork lads on it. Looking from the Junior A, Junior B Championship is hotly contested every year in North Cork, so it's good to see the boys out there, yeah.
Neil Warden, tomorrow, I suppose injuries are probably putting us back a small bit. The most important thing tomorrow is the performance and just get everyone back to working order.
Yeah, look, I think Niall is a huge loss, cornerback. He was outstanding the last day. Rob centre back, look, he was an all-star centre back last year. 16 points the last day was not acceptable really, and look, all the Cork players said that themselves. Big performance tomorrow, and look, it's not the end of the world if we don't win. I don't think it's the Munster we're looking for. It's the end of July, we want to be lifting silverware, so look,
exactly.
Big performance tomorrow, and look, hopefully July will be.
Well said. And I suppose a word on Limerick, to be fair, they've shown their hand now, bar Peter Casey, and we know what they're all about now.
Look, this Limerick team is going to go down as one of the greatest ever. Last year I think the mileage caught up with them, but this year, look, they're looking better than ever. Their performance against Cork was, I'd say, it's one of the best, but I think there was a lot of hurt in that from last year, beating them twice. Didn't go down well in Limerick, and look, we paid the price in the Gaelic grounds 3 weeks ago, so hopefully look, a big performance tomorrow. Look, we'll all go well then for the All-Ireland Championship.
Well said, and we'll see you again in the future. Thank you, sir.
See you tomorrow.
See you again, lad. I have Kieran Curtin in here. Kieran, to be fair, rolling back the years, some performance in there. What did you end up with? Was it 1-3, maybe something like that?
I couldn't tell you, Mick, but it's like taking candy off of kids there when you're so far ahead and then you lose a man, and sure. It's kind of, look, I suppose above in the last 5 minutes you'd have taken the draw, but there's a sickening feeling inside me, I'll be honest.
Yeah, in fairness, we thought Joe played maybe about 5 or 6 minutes overtime as well. We thought it was there on the melting pot. You could have won by a point in the end.
Yeah, sure, look, we could have, but I suppose we had chances. They had a couple of chances too, and sure, that's the way it goes, but fucking, it's just language. But look, we're definitely improving. It was a big improvement from the Limerick game. I thought if that team played Limerick tonight, we'd probably won, but sure, look, there's plenty to be worked on, and we'd be hoping going forward that we'd get the next one, because you mightn't think it, like, once you pass over the 40 and you get slower and all that, like, sometimes it becomes more, and it means more, because you're on the last horizon, as the fella said, but sure, look, we'll go again.
There's one thing for certain, we become a lot wiser in here, and you showed that in the first half. It was an execution performance.
Yeah, and I thought the boys coming out in the first half there with ball, excellent delivery, everyone was head up looking, and they were finding the man, and you can't beat the ball when they're training under 12s and 10s. They say go to hand, it's old school stuff, just keep it simple, and the delivery was excellent, and in fairness, they fought hard there in the last 5 minutes to keep them out, going down the men.
Brilliant stuff, in fairness. Tig and yourself, you were with St. Coleman's for years, and of course Marshall well with Dennis Ring, and it just shows you the calibre of hurling is still there, and you still have it.
Sure, look, that's my wife and the 3 kids there, and she says to me, will you ever pack it up and give it up? But 'tis like taking she said to me, it's like a drug addict. She said, you just can't give it up, like, you know. But I often said that I'd love to be at it as I get older. And now I am older, and you know, I know I'm in the last season. But you know, it's great to be able to do it, like, you know.
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh yeah, the only thing my father be saying to me, he says if you got a kick or a belt or something, he said, who'll milk the cows in the morning, like, you know. But sure, we'll see how that goes. And look, it's very enjoyable. So look, you go to a few of these games, you know. And there's a couple of those lads there. So Ger Farrer was missing for Galway tonight, but we have some exceptional players there. Rory Doherty, Pat Fitz, Ty Healy, Conor Keith's fairly solid down the back, Kieran Welsh, Brian Tobin. Like, they have a lot of balls seen down through the years, you know.
Yeah, and Kieran inside in goals was exceptional.
Oh, sure, he caught a ball blow there in the first half. He's some paw on him, like, you know. You know, and keeps doing it year after year, like, and he was with his club there last year when they got to the county semi-final, and it was like some Mario, like, you know.
Yeah, brilliant performance. I gave yourself and Rory joint man of the match, so congratulations.
All right, thanks, Nick.
Well done.
Thanks,
And we'll
Nick.
see you again. Ben, we'll start with you there, Declan. We'll pop in Rory. Joe, how much do you reckon he played over? Was it 5-6 minutes?
Probably, but look at it deserved that there was a good few injuries there in the end. And look, I'm not going to give out about a referee or anything, but there was a lot of stoppages there. Not so many for us, but there was for them. But look, that's the nature of the game. I think we got out of jail a little bit. We knew we had a job to do on Brian Tobin. We went out and we did the job. The sending off, I didn't actually see what happened at the time. I'll watch it back on the video. But look, there was over and back. That was the changer of the game. It helped us get back into the game. I think we got out of jail a little bit, but in the end, from the effort of the boys, 1 to 20, they were phenomenal. Like, the effort they put in, they covered every blade of grass, and you know, they're proud to be Galway men.
Yeah, Ben, the first half, Cork, I think that was the best performance I've seen in the Masters for a long time, and there was some effort in the first half.
Yeah, look, Cork were good. Cork were fast out of the blocks. They were getting the ball into hand and moving it nicely. You know, we had I won't say a slow start, but a few little touches, a few injuries in the game. Didn't help us. But yeah, Cork came out fast, Cork came out flying. The goal hurt us. Our heads went down a little bit. We went back in at half time. We regrouped. We were only 6 points down at half time. I think we were 10 points down in the final last year against Cork. We knew we could come back into it if we played our game, stay with our process, work the ball through the men, and we'll get our scores. Gary Green, playing up there in full forward, had a lonely game, but the goal came off his hard work up there, you know, and that's what got us back.
Yeah, just a word on McAvoy in the middle of the field. I thought he was exceptional.
He's phenomenal. So Ducks never leaves an ounce on the pitch. Everything he gives is 100% all the time. He just loves the game. He's not the most outgoing person or outspoken person. He's quiet, goes about his business. But if he keeps on going about business like that, I'm happy to let him at it.
Yeah, and Broderick centre back, he looked like the anchor man there. He was very good.
So we were missing a centre half last year, really, that anchor man, that pillar of calmness and vocalness. I suppose it being down here in Cork, a bit of Roy Keane in him. Do you know what I mean? Just pushing the boys around the place. Yeah, he's a stalwart since he came in at the start of the season.
Yeah, brilliant. Well said. And we'll get Declan in there if you pass that to him. Declan. About 10 minutes. Declan Micklin, nice to meet you, sir. Good performance. The first half you were probably blown out of it, but the second half, I know the sending off, but you rallied well, showed a bit of good team spirit, and probably a draw in the end was the fair result for you.
I'd say so, definitely. Yeah, we started very, very slow. I mean, that was the worst first half I'd say performance we've ever put in, you know. And we started very slow. And the second half it came into, but I'm sure the sending off, obviously, which was probably a bit harsh, helped us greatly, and we got a bit of momentum and got a few scores. But look, we started very slow in the first half. Got in, took us a while to get down. I think that we're not good travellers, maybe. And but look, it was a great game to get. Cork were very good. They've cleaned us out in the air. They're very, very strong in the air, and they're really up for today. You know, we bet them twice last year in the round. Bet them in the round, and bet them in the final. I think we're 12 points down in the final and came back and snuck it off them. So they're really up for it this evening. Look, it's delighted to get a draw, I suppose. You know, the way we played and the way the game is going. Happy to get a draw, I suppose. You know.
Yeah, he had some good performance. I picked out McAvoy was absolutely brilliant in the middle of the park, covered ground all over the place. Kennedy caught a nice ball in the full back line as well, so there's a bit of experience showing.
Kennedy has a hand in like a shovel. He's just a serious paw. Declan McAvoy is just an enigma. He could turn up corner back, corner forward. I'd love to put a tracker on him. I'd say he was covered 15 kilometres in a game. He just pops up everywhere at the right time. He reads the game really, really well and a great guy. But look, the guys all putting a great shift. It's great to be here, sure, look, on a Friday evening, where else would you want to be? Pucking the ball around, playing Cork. It's great to be here and we're delighted to be here, and I'm sure the way it's going we'll probably see Cork again later in the year.
Hopefully, anyway.
Exactly.
A word on the Leinster final.
Yes.
Kilkenny and Galway, what do you think?
Look, I suppose the beginning of the year Galway would have taken it, Micheál Donoghue coming in is great, getting back. I'd say at the beginning of the year they were kind of saying, listen, to get Leinster final would be a great result. Seeing how Dublin were going so well, Wexford weren't far away. So it's going to be tough. They're happy to be there, but again, you want to win those Leinster finals. You don't get the opportunity too often. So look, when you're there, have a go at it. Kilkenny probably be favourites, but that won't affect Galway. Galway will go up and have a good go, and hopefully Galway get the crowd out to support them, and it'll be good. It'll be a right good game, hopefully.
Yeah, the county board made a good decision with Micheál. They brought him in for a 4-year plan.
Yes.
So they said basically like this isn't going to happen straight away, so it was the right call.
Yeah, I suppose, look, there's recognition there that maybe we're down a few players in Galway. We haven't to replace a number of positions. Micheál's bringing through a lot of youth into the team. He's blended a lot of them this year. They've played an awful lot of numbers and players so far, both league and championship. He used a big panel, and he's bringing lads through, and it takes time, you look at any of the good teams at the top, Kilkenny, the Limericks, it takes a couple of years to bring those players into the team and to blend them in. So Micheál's trying his best with the pool of players he has, and look, no one can fault him for that. That's the best he can do,
Well said, thank you.
No problem in the world.
And you can just pass that there to John. We'll finish up. Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. See you there.
See you, Declan. That was the views there of Declan. We had Neil Ronan and Ben as well. John, that was probably the best Masters game, hurling game that we've covered together. I suppose, look, for the both halves, Cork were in command the first half, and Galway really with the sending off took command in the second half. But Cork can feel hard done by as well.
Yeah, like as we said there, the goal, just looking from our point of view, maybe when we look back in the video, it looked like it was in the square mix. So I suppose when Cork look back, if it was, they'll say that was a killer blow. But look, these things happen in a game, and one or two decisions can go against you, and lucky for Cork tonight, they were well on top. And I suppose, was it a second yellow, wasn't it? Was the first yellow? Look, discipline is discipline, and in fairness to Brian Tobin, it's not like him. And look, he got unlucky tonight. He got to set 2 yellows within 30 seconds. Normally you get the benefit of the doubt when you're after being booked. You get one more chance. He didn't get the chance, but look, it is a tough job there, and no player goes out to make a mistake like that, and it probably was the costing of the game. But in fairness to Galway in the second half, we saw what we were told about before we came back here and what we saw last year. They took scores there in the second half, Mick, that are worthy of winning any game.
Yeah, certainly. I'll just run through a few top performances. Kieran Walsh, stand-up performance, beautiful point in the first half. Dermot Lynch got on a lot of ball in the corner. Niall Brosnan went off injured, was solid as they come. And Conor O'Keefe in the full back line, when they needed him most, he was there. Cork Reeves on the other side was brilliant. Tom Keneally hadn't a most effective game in the second half because he was switched out of the centre back line. I suppose they were giving Ty Healy a rest as well. He'd covered a lot of ground in around the middle of the park. Ty fell back in there. Patrick Fitzgerald, number 7, was absolutely brilliant. Wing back in the middle of the field. Ty in the first half was brilliant. Brian Tobin you didn't see much of a ball really, but he was on a nice bit of it, and he used the ball wisely. In the wing forward line here, you had Alan Barry, some slick touches to be fair to him, set up 1 or 2 scores in the first half, as you'll see there when you look back, and they probably missed that a bit of a terrier-like performance when he went off.
Yeah, his work rate and his Harry and Hassan, and as you said, it's like a terrier. He's just there and he gets the kick out to the boys and he gives the pass, and when he went off it kind of did die down. But again, as we said, the legs, look, the pitch is in immaculate condition, but it is a long game for 60 minutes there, Mick, and the legs got tired. To be fair to Galway looked tired in the first half. Maybe it was the drive down, I don't know. But Cork's legs there in the last 10 minutes seemed to run out, and Galway seemed to actually come in. But we all say when you get a goal, it kind of gives you a lift. And in fairness to the two teams, they left everything out there. And it was a marvellous game to watch, Mick. This game didn't seem like it was 20 minutes long, to be honest. It just flew by. Yeah,
super game. In the forward line as well, Rory Doherty, we gave him joint man of the match with Kieran Curtin. Cinan Collins had a brilliant first half, 2 beauty points there right alongside us in the sand. Kieran Curtin, we made out about 1-3, 1-4, and looking at to rifle another one into the top corner. Dennis Moran got a nice little point inside in the full forward line. Dave Moore hadn't seen much, he was on and off with it, maybe struggling with a small bit of an injury. For Galway, before we close out, Malloy was solid in goals, Kennedy was good full back, Broderick was the anchor man there, the Capitagle man, centre back. Declan McAvoy was their standout player in the middle of the park, as the lad said in the interview. Ben and Declan all over the place, and Noel Quarter popped up with very, very important score also. And in the full forward line, Gary Green, we thought he got the touch all right, and I think we have that right, and Ben confirmed it there. It was Gary Green that got the goal. McDonough was brilliant in the first half. He showed a neat turn of foot, but maybe just a bit died out of it in the second half. But his freeze here in Charleville made sure that this game ended at 115 to 115, and it's probably the best Masters game that I've covered in my few years covering the football and the hurling Hurling is in the second year, a top class game, and a lot of players missing out tonight as well on both sides, as you'll hear us speaking through the game. But it's all over here. It's a draw anyway at 115 to 115. We had it. The scoreboard was wrong at 1 minute, but they got it right in the end, thank God. But I suppose from the second half performance, maybe a draw is probably the fair result, because Cork could have lost it as well. But certainly if there was 15 v 15 and 15 v 14 was a bit too much for Cork. But Cork were motoring with 15 v 15, and John, would it be fair to say they would have ran out convincing on us?
Yeah, look, you would have to say they were playing all the right balls, they were playing all the good hurling, and when Galway were able to drop the extra man back, see, it took it out, because you had to leave your extra man in the back, so you can't leave an extra forward, and it took out the play through the lines, because you can't do it when you haven't got 15 on 15. And like as we said, we saw it this year, Cork versus Clare, 12 points up with 12 minutes to go, and lucky to come out with a draw for minutes. And that's players that are super fit, that are training big time. This is over 40s, as we know, so the legs are going to get definitely tired at this grade. So you definitely, the sending off was probably the changing point of the game. But look, this is part of the sport, and that's why we love it, because a team can look home and hose, and all of a sudden something little happens and the game turns on its head.
And let's hope we see 15 v 15 in the Munster final Saturday. It's all over here anyway. The draw was probably the fair result in the end, if you look at both halves. For me, Mick and John, we'll probably see you in the future, and to our man and the cameraman there, Jason, thanks a million, and to all the interviewees tonight, Neil, Ben, David, Alan, Declan, soundmen. We'll see you again.